Yo! Oh yeah, I'm gonna go over here. Get the music rocked up. There we go. Casey Saffron, Noel, the first few in. So I'm thinking today I'm gonna bounce back and forth based upon how much fun I'm having or whatever, between just hitting Andy and not, because I was thinking about trying to get a Sunder Charm, get some Sunder Charms from there. Don't know how long it's gonna be there, but and also, is it even possible that these numbers are accurate? I don't understand how 1 in 1100 for a random Sunday from Andario. When I did the math, it was like one. What is 1100? Where's my calculator at? 1134 divided by, there's 6 different Sunder Charms. It's 1 in 189 runs. 1 in 189 runs. How is that possible? I've done like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of runs and I haven't gotten any. So I have no idea how it's. I mean, I said I have that llama SOJ luck, I guess, when he was trying to get Nightmare Andy, and it took him like thousands of runs when it was like the most that anyone had ever run Nightmare Andy to get one. So congrats on that, Saffron. You snagged one off of Diablo last night, you say. Nice. Okay, let me look real quick. There's no good Terror Zones coming up really at all to speak of, so I think I'm just gonna go like every half hour back and forth. Maybe do a Terror Zone here and there, maybe do Stony Tombs, but I'm gonna start off with Andy. And the problem is I have a really bad map too, but I don't want to reset my Mephisto map because it's the best map you could possibly get for Mephisto, like essentially literally, I believe. I may do a Sorcerer's playthrough in the future here. I might get one, like right off the bat here, get a Sorc for Mephisto and a different Sorc for Andy, and I'll have 2 like perfect maps. Thinking about doing it. Appreciate you, Noel. Said you got a couple of Sunder Charms yourself. Yeah, I know, shockingly early. I know I got some stuff going on later. So the whole fam's going to a baseball game later, so that's not what I meant to do. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Finally got that set up. Chisholm, what's going on here over on Twitch? Welcome, everybody. Appreciate you, Gold Magic Vine. Like number 3. Yeah, don't forget starting off the VOD later or the stream right now. Hit that like button for me. Helps get the stream and the channel out to more people, which is always better. Makes it possible for me to keep streaming and making videos and stuff on the channel. So, wait, is this player's 1? It might be. Well, drop 6 items every time. Ooh. I'll double check it next time. Appreciate you, Saffron. No, it's definitely players 3. Anything exciting Sunday? Hopefully not. I might go to some family party, I might not. Like a generic Father's Day get together at someone's house. I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking though, I have a brisket in the freezer that I've been meaning to get to. Might throw the brisket on there. I don't know, maybe that morning or something, or I don't know how crazy I'm gonna go with it. And also, I bought something. It's kind of a hobby thing. So I bought a little metal melting forge. If anybody knows what that really means, like a home metal melting forge, or metal melting furnace, I guess technically it would be called. But holds like a 6-kilogram crucible. Thinking about melting down and pouring some bars, some copper and aluminum. Thought that'd be fun. Finally use it. I've been kind of not like nervous is the word, but like not doing the time, I guess you could say, to like go ahead and do it. I've had it for like a couple of months. But it's just been like, you know what? I need to go get, I want to get the right gloves, and I want to get a, you know, just to be safe. I've seen some horror stories. Get a face shield thing for when I'm pouring. And then, you know, it's, you know, not I'm not gonna say excuse, but it's like, yeah, I'll get it tomorrow. I'll get it, you know, a couple days from now when I do this or that. And yeah, and then I finally got them, and then I wanted to, you know, I don't know. Yeah, just a propane one. You can just pull the tank off your grill, hook it up, fire it up. I like fired it up already a couple of times, actually, making sure I knew how to get it rocking and rolling. Don't skip on the safety here. Yeah, I was like, I don't want molten metal that's like 2200 degrees like stuck to my face. So because I did something stupid, or I did an accident, I forgot something, and then I end up splattering this stuff on my face. Yeah, hard pass. So I bought like it's like goggles with an attached like face thing that comes down like under your chin. Yeah, so I worked in a plastics factory, and I had plastic splattered all over my hands one time, like molten plastic, because the mold got too hot. And I kind of, after it wasn't my fault that it got way too hot, but in trying to like correct it, I made a mistake that I should not have done, because I'd never had that happen before. And accidentally splattered like 1500 degree plastic on my hands, which the molds and stuff for plastic are only supposed to heat up to like 450 or something, which makes it not molten. It makes it like soft plastic, like the consistency of like Play-Doh, but this was like watery plastic. Yeah, but anyways, that was unfun when that happened. But yeah, let me look around here. Yeah, Saffron said he always wanted to buy one of those just for the S&Gs. Yeah, I ended up just deciding to pull the trigger. I usually never spend money on stuff like that. Like, let's be honest, kind of a dumb thing that I got just to do something for fun. But I was like, you know what? I never spend money on stuff like this, and this I'm going to this time just because. Technically, too, if you look it up, if you pour those bars, and you can sell them on eBay for like way more than what you got the copper for. So ethereal, not ethereal, but you kind of not always need, but like these roll with wide variance on a rib cracker. So I could always use a perfect rib cracker. 292 actually. Ooh. I believe this goes 2 to 300. So that's good. If my memory serves me right, which it always does. But yeah, that's sick. Cool. Yeah, no printer today. Taking the fam to a baseball game later, so no printer Friday this time. I'm undecided. I kind of wanted to check this. It's not ethereal. I forgot about it. There's literally a TZ Andy, TZ Trab, TZ Meth later at like 2:30 or something. I kind of almost wanted to do that, but I don't know if I'm going to do it off stream, or maybe I'll do it as like members only or something. I'm not really sure. Just like a quick hour, boom. Yeah, 238 was my best one before, and now I got a 292, which is a huge upgrade. What game? A baseball game. I don't really want to go any more detail because I just don't want people to know exactly where I'm at. No offense. I guess that kind of gives away that it's not the Tigers, so it's like some minor league stuff, but yeah. Because like, I don't know if in your state everybody has this stuff, and in Michigan there's like several different like minor league like leagues around, and yeah. So, and obviously I'm not going to drive 4 hours to go to some random little minor league game, so I don't want to tell you exactly which one it is. There's like a dozen of them around Michigan, like in the lower half of it. So championship game tonight. Nice. For baseball, I'm guessing, right? Best of luck to him. Get some electric motors, melt down the windings, says Casey. That sounds like way too much work. Way too much work. See, the part of the reason why I kind of was thinking about doing this or whatever too is because I had to have a bunch of that plumbing. You may remember, anyone who was around a lot like a year ago would remember. I had to get like all my plumbing redone. Well, didn't have to. It's a long story, but I had it redone. It got redone. And it's all old, like 3-inch copper pipes. Like even the sewage plumbing was like these huge 3-inch copper pipes. So he cleaned them out, and so I have like, I don't even know how many pounds of this copper tubing. And I was like, yeah, I'll melt these down in the bars. And like copper right now is like what? Probably like $6 and like 20 cents a pound or something. You can buy copper straight up on eBay for like $6 a pound, because people like, if you take it to the scrapyard, they're going to give you less than what they can get for, right? So you can literally just buy copper at spot on eBay, and then if you pour like 1 pound bars, you can sell them for like 20 bucks a pop. So you can literally just buy it on eBay. It shows up at your house, the copper, and then you just pour a bar, and then you can flip it right around and sell it for 20 bucks on eBay. Don't steal my idea. But yeah, 642. What? It was just like 620 the other day, like 2 days ago. That's crazy. Gonna test purity. I mean, I'm not gonna get a pure like what would that even be called? In metals, I don't even know. Would that be like an assay test? It's not that important. Fair, bright, clean copper, good enough for me. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, nothing about... literally, the copper bars on eBay that everybody's selling and everybody snatches up, literally nobody lists the purity of... lists the purity like that. Nobody says, I melted these down from copper pipes, I melted these down from copper wiring. Nobody says that. I mean, I was thinking about doing it anyways, though, to be honest, but I'm just an FYI. I don't know if you ever looked into it, because that's part of the reason why I was going to melt down and pour the bars. Like it because I was looking at just buying some just kind of like paperweight on the desk or something, or just to have a couple because I'm an idiot or something. I thought they wouldn't be that expensive. $6 a pound, I'll just buy a bar for $6 or something. And I look and I'm like, they're like 25 bucks, and I'm like, people are just buying these up like this is a bid price, and people are bidding it up to that. Like, what the heck? And then I look and I'm like, this copper is like, you can buy this scrap copper wire from people for like $6-7 a pound, and the bars are like 20 and 25 bucks. Like, what is this? What is going on here? I don't know. Another one of the books. Let's see how we get here. I need a better book. I could use a better book of this. Perfect. Not that great of a roll, unfortunately. I think every skill could be a 3. Res probably goes to 30, but yeah. Nothing about says wouldn't disclose it either. I mean, I wouldn't say I like quote unquote wouldn't disclose. I was thinking about just literally putting a picture of. I mean, I don't know. Like, if you got pure copper, it's pure copper, right? Like, I'm not melting down like what is that stuff that's like 50% copper, 30% nickel. Isn't that how they make, what's it called? Like, you know, those different things like that. Like, maybe I'm naive and dumb here. Isn't, like, if you melt down like copper wire, isn't that pure copper? Like, obviously not the sheathing and stuff on it, but that's not like 40% copper, 20% nickel, 30% tin, 15% aluminum. Like, that's not, it's just copper, right? Make a rune mold. Well, making the molds is like impossible. I thought about buying, yeah, bronze. There you go. Yeah, because if you mix it with other things, it turns into something else. But making mold, that's not really my gig. Buying a custom mold like that costs like a lot of money. Maybe I could though. then I could kind of tie it into this, and I mean, people might buy something like that, I guess. I don't know how I would go about. All right, there's like websites that can make custom molds and stuff, so yeah. I'm not sure how that would work with copyright, like Blizzard come after me and just crush me. Nothing about, thought about carving, like, I think runes from stones. That'd be a lot of work, I feel, but. Hurt Lockers found none of the Warlock books, really. Gotcha. So I just got lucky. The Mephisto one's the only, like, rare of the rare I found. That burnt text one I probably found a half dozen of. That one's, it must be a lower level one that's much more common. But yeah, I haven't found the different R's, I guess you call them. Just the Mephisto one, not the Baal and Diablo one. Razortail. Have I kept Razortail? I keep thinking like, oh, maybe I haven't kept this. I'll keep it for now and throw it out later. Burnt text drop slot, yeah. Yeah, I think, and I might have only found one of the set books too, actually. Copper Shikos. I don't know about that. I think I'm gonna pass on the Shikos. KC, like CNC mill operators, they could probably make a mold, you say? I mean, I don't know. It depends what they work out of, I guess. Let's see. I guess you could make, you could probably do the molds out of stainless steel. Because that's what most of the molds you pour into, especially for copper. It's got to be so hot that they either use graphite or, I think maybe cast iron molds, maybe? And probably not, well, stainless would be too expensive. I think that's the ones, if you buy them for copper to pour into, that's what they're made out of usually. I think it's cast iron and graphite. I'm not an expert by any means though, so. Nothing about, gotcha. Yeah, I wonder, and I don't know too, because obviously the pipes in my house is like 80 years old, so those copper pipes from in here are 80-year-old copper pipes, you know. And I don't know back then, like, what their standards were. Was copper so cheap that they just made it out of pure copper, and nowadays they changed the metallurgy of it or whatever, so that maybe they throw in like 2% of something else, and that, I know the way chemicals and structural makeup of chemistry and stuff works, like sometimes just throwing in like 1 or 2% of something could like make something much stronger, like much stronger. I don't know this for sure, I'm just speculating here, like it could be the case, you know, but yeah. Etiquette, what coding for toxic fumes? I'm sorry, I missed the context for that. Do forgive me. Yeah, Kawasaki Green talking about alloy is the word I was trying to pull a second ago. Probably, yeah. But yeah, I think for the case that I'm talking about, pouring a copper bar for eBay, I think if it's from like, it's close enough, you know. Ooh, Jizzy Ticket. Ghost Glavies with 40 increased attack speed and 430% enhanced damage. I thought that was impossible. So, Jizzy, those have got to be rare, right? But from my understanding, and you're saying you found them, I don't know why you would make it up, so I don't think you are, I guess. But the Cruel mod, which is 300 enhanced damage, and the so you get up to 300, but the extra roll that's on the other one, I don't think you can get 40 increased attack speed and the extra enhanced damage over the regular Cruel mod on the secondary. I thought. I could be wrong though here, I guess. Like, I was pretty I would have swore that was how it worked, unless you're you know, what you're saying is accurate there, but... Giger on Fire started playing this game after 20 years hiatus. Ooh, appreciate you. Welcome in. Cool project you could support. Yeah, I don't know, maybe... I don't know technically if I ordered some custom-made rune molds and poured some copper runes, if that technically would be... copy, like... It's one of those things that, like, people do things like this all the time. Like, you can go on Etsy and probably find stuff all the time like that for all different kind of companies and stuff, but, like, you know, I don't know. Who knows? Watching the stream yesterday while playing last night. Nice! Captain Cooper, appreciate you. Yeah, you don't find a billion good things every day, so... Some days you just get one or two okay things. Sometimes you just get one really good thing. Sometimes you get 5 crazy things. So yeah. Nothing says we moved from the Bronze Age to the Iron Age because we figured out how to get a temp high enough to melt it. Right? Right. Grab you. You only play offline. Everyone asks me that. I play online for every ladder reset for a few weeks. Sometimes a couple months. Sandcasting? Eey. Yeah, well, for sandcasting you need one to cast it off of anyway, so I'd have to get a custom-made rune, like all the runes custom-made already anyways. Which, I mean, you could just get in plastic, or maybe I could find somebody. I could probably find somebody that has a 3D printer to print one up for me. I know a friend that has a 3D printer. Sandcasting seems sketched, that like it doesn't leave like a smooth, good-looking surface. So, Castaway, efficient, and skilled jar with the Sork. I appreciate you. I'm all right. I do play a lot of Sork, so. Yeah, you probably wouldn't have been saying the same thing on the first day when I came back after Warlock. I get so used to playing one character, then I got to go back to the other one, and I forget how to play. Dang. Richard, welcome in. Oh, look above that comment. Gotcha. Pick a rune, you'll carve it out of wood or something. Oh, yeah. Sandcasting is not my favorite. Like, look, I've never done it. Like, you know, obviously. Well, I don't know if that's obvious, but yeah, I've never done it. But just seeing other people do it, it doesn't. The look of the surface and stuff isn't really what I don't like it. I don't know. Yeah, and it's one of those things. There's all kinds of stuff I could do, but like, I don't know how much like work I want to put into it, you know what I mean? Because then I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I guess I could just put them up on just make an eBay store and just put them up on there, I guess, or... I think on my merch store, actually, I think I can just sell normal stuff you know, I can just post stuff and sell it on there too, maybe. But I have to figure that out. You know, it just comes up with a ton of things I gotta figure out while I'm trying to pay my bills by streaming and making videos and stuff. So where are these Sunder Chimes that always drop off from Andara that everyone talks about? Need a patch to cube gems. Patch to cube gems. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Just hit a button like cue ball. Would you really like the cue ball? Yes. So you don't have to send them into the cube at all. It's fake news. Yeah, I guess so. The statistical drop odds say it's 1. It should be 1 Sunder Charm with how much Magic Find I got. 1 per 189 runs. I've done hundreds and hundreds of runs. Rough surface wouldn't look bad. Talking about pouring a rune out of like copper or something. Yeah, finish the 3D printer so it doesn't leave those lines. Yeah, for sure. But just it'd just be a little grainy on the surface for the runes. I guess it wouldn't be terrible, but it does also mean that you have to, every time you pour one, you have to do that again. I'll have to buy the sand, and I'll have to make a sand casting mold, and you know, then you gotta put sand in, put the rune in, like powder the rune up, get it in there, hack it down, tap, get the rune out. It's perfect every time. Just, I don't know. Not that crazy, but I'd much rather try to find some place that could like carve me a custom mold for like $100. If I did something like that, I'm saying. I'd much rather just pay, you know, if I could get someone like $100, give me a mold, you know. Where's the Thunder Charms at? Let's see. Can't stash any more flawless gems and had to mash a bunch of them together so I could stash more. Well, yeah, you just gotta put them all together, all the flawless to perfects, and take the perfects and you gotta cube those with whatever you want to. Usually grand charms for most people, but yeah, 5 sets crazy. I think it's like just over 400 if I'm not mistaken. I think it was on this character, it was like 420, 430 something. Well, I guess we'll double check. I'm sure I have Inferno Strides, but 120 watch on YouTube, only 30 likes. Hey, like button. Hit it. Man, I'm so freaking sore. I started going back to the gym again, and I'm so sore. It is insane. Oh, didn't I know I had that? Where are we at? Oh, 450. So actually, let me double up my drop odds here of what it would actually be with the literal exact amount of magic find. I don't think that dropped it too much. I think it was 1134. Actually, that's what it was. So it barely changes it by upping the magic find to what I actually have. Yeah, it's the diminishing return curve, of course. I'm not surprised, but I just kind of didn't think about it. Silicone mold, use a pattern, and cast epoxy. Boy, sounds like a lot of work again. Bunch of things I don't know how to do. I'd have to look up. Not that it's that crazy. For that kind of stuff, you just got to get the right chemicals. You buy the kit for it. You mix it together. Boom. You got the molds. But once again, I don't know how to do it. So. Doesn't really go with Necro, but. Richard said you stop picking them up if you're full. Yeah, I would never do that with gems, that's for sure. Getting high, I'll cube more together, and then I'll craft, and if I get full, then I craft. You know, pretty much is how it goes. For me personally. Ooh, perfect Annie from Lazy Bones. I hear that's a good thing. What I hear. Sunder from Arcane says sell a super chest. Interesting. Oh, like the sparkly chest. Yeah, gotcha. I was going to do a joke there, but I'm not going to. Or maybe I will. If I say it's a joke, it's fine. Actually, Seb, those aren't actually super techno. Those are sparkly tests. I'm not going to do it, though. I'm just joking. underground passage. I was thinking about running it. Thinking about it. Caster boots or silk weaves better? I would generally do silk weaves. I've heard of people use mana boots occasionally, I think, but I never have, so. Close to completing all sets? I have no idea. None. And we'll do it one time anyways. Oh, hit the wrong button. I know I'm only like 72% or something on uniques, so. I think I need like a few of the Griswold pieces and. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've even found like Mavina's diadem yet, which is shocking. I know. Kind of a Mavina's diadem king over here. KC, no. Never heard of none of that malarkey. What do we got here? Grab my, what you call it? Grab my melee shrine. Are you really? Thank you. Everything's more spread out than I would like. 51% done with sets. Gotcha. Best of luck clearing that up mega quick. Yeah, a little area like this would probably be easier if I was just using like Frost Nova to be straight up, or Frozen Orb. How high is my Frozen Orb level? Not that high. Did not mean to hit that button. Oh well, we'll do a few, one or two or few or something like that. I'll probably get another Sunder off of a Herald before. I'll take out like 4 Heralds, get a Sunder Charm. 1,500 Andy runs, and I'll get nothing. I was kind of hoping to get one of each Sunder Charm before the next season, just because, you know, you never know what they're going to do changing it. Like, are they going to make it super, super crazy rare? They might even make it more common, but then at least I can say I got all of them when it was harder to get them or something, you know what I mean? But not ridiculously hard like it was last season. Missing the entire Mavinas? Tons of only the belt, gotcha. That's weird to get the entire Grizz set and you haven't gotten Mavinas, which is... You go away. Let's take a quick glance at it. Why not? 76%. I think that's uniques, right? 85 on the sets. Rune words, 90% done. 19. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I haven't made a lot of the rune words. Even the like all the low level stuff. I've never made a steel. Probably. I've probably never made. What's that one that's that helmet rune word you can make early on? It's like F-Nef or something, and it's garbage, and no one ever makes it. I forget what it's called. Got like -2 light radius, which is why nobody uses it. Like, how could you have negative light radius on a helmet? Automatically unusable. Nadir, there you go. Yeah. I'm kind of kidding, actually. But yeah, when you can just stick 2 tier runes in a helmet is better than the rune word. Yeah. You do use Nadir when you're leveling? I feel like the best thing on I think it's, isn't it Neff Ort or something? Ort Neff? And the best thing on the rune word is the lightning res you get from the Ort rune. Like, that's why on playthroughs for me, almost exclusively, I just find a helm. Early on, I'll do the double tier rune if I can. And then later on, I just find a 3-socketed helm of any kind, and I stick in whatever runes I need to put in it in order to get the resistances I need to make up. Like, hypothetically, if I have a ring that's got like 15 lightning res on it and like an amulet that has like 21 lightning res on it or something, so my fire res is a lot lower than my lightning, I'll just put a couple of Ral runes in a helm and like maybe an Ort or a couple Rals and a whatever gives you cold res and whatever. I just like put in whatever runes make up the resistance I don't have. I cleared the whole joint and I didn't get a herald. You scumbags. Don't like that. Scumbags. Yeah, lazy bones. The light radius thing was a joke, by the way. I always joke about how light radius is so goated, but of course it's pointless, kind of, sort of. Oh, it's Neff tier, doesn't even have res, huh? Let me pull it up here. How do I not remember this, right? Probably right at the top here, but oh yeah, it's the very top one. So it's got, give her a zoomeroonie here. Wait, why can't I zoom in? Okay, we'll go like that one, I guess. Yeah, why would, I mean, Cloak of Shadow charges, maybe? The best thing on here is Cloak of Shadow charges, and then the 2 to mana that you get from the tier. Less gold find, less light radius. You know what? I don't want them to change any rune words and uniques and stuff to balance them, but I feel like they need to do something to Nadir. They need to do something. Maybe put like, they should just put like a flat melee struggles early on. They should just put like a flat 15 damage on it. Like grief, you know, but early, like in Act 1, like 15 flat damage would be insane. But it's never going to help you late game, you know? Like take this exact thing right here and just add 15 flat damage. Yeah? I fixed Diablo 2. It's now, Diablo 2 Resurrected is now balanced, everybody. Less is more? Maybe. Nadir used in speedruns. Hurtlocky, obviously not some gigantic paragraph, but do elaborate, because I've watched speedrunners for like years and years and years now, and I've never seen anyone make Nadir before. So you say Uber, so there's got to be something, I guess, for the Cloak of Shadow charges, you're saying? I guess the ones that go to Ubers I don't watch as much, because Ubers are dumb and boring, in my opinion. So that must be the Cloak of Shadow charges you were talking about. Like, just something they throw it on, cast Cloak of Shadows, take it off real quick. Rez, welcome in. Remove the less gold and double the mana after kill. Mana leech after kill, like the... Yeah. Okay, interesting idea. I think I like the flat damage one, because that would help out melee characters so insanely. And I mean, let's be honest here, everybody. Don't melee characters need help? Especially early on, like a 10 flat or like a 15 flat damage helm. I mean, you'd probably, on a melee character, wouldn't you use that like straight through the entire game, literally? It would be like the spirit sword of melee characters, except it'd be a helm, right? Fishaholic, what's going on? Yeah, I got you there, Hurt Locker. That's what I was suspecting after I stopped for a second, thought about it. Yeah. all the little minions from like whatever. Yeah, I think Diablo summons up the ones and Mephistos, and yeah. Cam Cooper. I every once in a while, probably like once every 3 to 6 months, I'll, for like 2 or 3 days, I'll quote unquote speedrun. And I say quote unquote because if I can get out of Act 1 within like 50% of the time that a regular speedrunner can, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Why is he not dropping anything else then? Now, a couple of times I got out of Act 1 pretty close to the time that a regular speedrunner would, but I'm not good enough to really even utilize that to even get close to the times that they do, so. I mean, a lot of it is, I don't even, like, I watch them and it's like impressive and stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, you just need to make sure you keep going and just take out the champ packs. But then I can't figure out how they get to where they're going so fast. I don't know. I'm like, what? How do they get to the inner cloister in 6 minutes? Like, how is this possible? And they're level 8 already, like, or level 9 or something. You're like, what the? Perfect. Oh, 197. So, awesome. Been great forever. And it's close to perfect. So we're hanging on to that sucker for sure. Hanging on to that sucker for sure. Shadow Disc Assassin? What do you mean a Shadow Disc Assassin? I'm not malware. I'm unfamiliar with the title there. Appreciate you, Cap Cooper. Yeah, looking forward to it. Next time I try one. Yeah, I do have it set up. I can have it set up. What am I trying to say? I have the timer and everything. I just don't do it too often. I get less viewership, I'll say, for those ones, because it's not my forte. And it's like, why do we want to watch this guy who's a full-time YouTuber that's like not even really good at what he's doing, you know? Like, why would someone want to watch me do a playthrough to get through normal difficulty in like an hour and 45 minutes when you can watch a speedrunner do it every run in like 40 minutes, you know? How easy are new Sunders to find? Depends who you ask. It depends how lucky you get. So, supposedly they're supposed to be let's go. So, not the most Giga Chad, but I did not find a pair of 220 Java gloves for 4 years. The last time I did a Holy Grail. Like, before the Chronicle, when it was a Holy Grail, it took me 4 years to get my first pair of 220 rare Java gloves. I kid you not. So that's sick. Just so I have a pair. Just so I have a pair. It's great. That sounds illogical, does it not? But yeah, that literally happened. Appreciate you, Captain Koopa. Craziest Printer Friday. Craziness Printer Friday. No Printer Friday today, unfortunately. I mean, feel free to super chat if you want. But yeah, and I can't stream later, so. Well, I'm choosing not to stream later because I got other things to do. Nice gloves. Yeah, I mean they're fine. Like obviously like 12 cold res. Woo! I wish they had some lightning res to make up for a Sunder Chime, but a few other little things could have. Repair durabilities, Gabaggio, but at least they're 220s, right? Of course you can shop 320s even, but I may even, honestly, I'd probably shop 320s before using those, but at least I have 220s now. Like, it's not taking 4 years again to get some. Spring Moss talking about Sunders. He's found one since Reign of the Warlock. So yeah, I feel like I play more than the average person, and I have found 3 of them total. 2 offline and then 1 online since this new season patch or whatever you call it. So other people, they're like, I've found 87 of them. I find one every 3rd run from Andy, and I'm like, okay. I've only done like 700 Andy runs and I haven't gotten one, so. But people swear they get them all the time. Some people. See, Language Learner said you found 2 Sunder Tribes in the same game. Nice. So yeah, technically, supposedly, if you do a full game clear, you're supposed to, on average, find 2 Sunder Chimes in a full game clear. Now, I actually have not... I don't like doing full game clears, but I've cleared all of Act 1, 2, and 3 a few different times, probably 3 or 4 different times online. And I got 1 Sunder Charm that way, so... Richard says maybe they're not playing Reign of the Warlock. Oh, I never really asked them that. They're still on the old school Diablo 2 Resurrected. And they're dropping them all the time. Maybe. 2 Sunders, clearing Act 1 and then Act 2. So just in 2 acts, you got 2 Sunders? Yeah, that's crazy good luck. That's about 8 times better luck than average. I'm not a math expert, but it's some crazy amount like that. Better than average. So. But in that small of a sample size, it's not like the most unheard of. Because you could find 2 in 2 acts, and then you might do like 4 full game clears and not find one, you know, and then it averages out. Well, actually, that'd be bad luck at that point, but... Do forgive me, just taking some little allergy medication. Not that you guys care too much, but... Lazybone says, doesn't like your roll and you're renewed. Yeah, all of mine rolled bad too, so... Did my music just... Oh no, they're just... A really long break between those 2 songs, I guess. Goldfine Barb, how the hell does Warcry Goldfine Barb keep the mana up with gear? With Goldfine gear. Insight on your mercenary, I believe. Also, you could do this little strat I've used before where you buy potions from the vendor and you use them. You could try mana potions. And I will be straight up and honest, I am not a Goldfine Barb expert. I do not like gold finding. I don't like gambling. I know people do it. You can trade the gold and get stuff for it, or you can gamble. People like doing that, but it's just not my thing, so I don't do it a lot. Which one of me or Llama plays more D2? Asked Language Learner. Oh boy, that's not even, well, that's not even close. If we're both like right now, Llama's not even playing D2. He's playing some other game I had seen. But under normal circumstances, when he's playing D2, he plays way more than I do. Probably 4x what I do. Like if we're both, like after a season reset when he's playing and I'm playing or whatever, or even if he's just back playing D2, he probably plays 4 times as much as I do. He'll stream 8 hours straight, 5 days in a row, you know. I've seen him do like that before, like on just a normal, just like regular week basis, you know. Me, if I stream 5 hours straight, it's like, whoa, what feels crazy here, you know. But Diablo 21? What does that even mean, Biv? What does that even mean? Saffron, good point there too, I forgot. So a lot of times when I run a barb in general, a singer barb in general, not necessarily Goldfine, but singer barb in general, I will split about 50-50 between vitality and in mana. I don't do trab though, so... But yeah. Talk to text rough. Yeah, I believe that one. See, 1010 Cold Jewel in a 15 Nightwings helmet, or does it only work with facets? So you're talking about one of the new ones, language, I believe. Yeah, I mean, you can put those in anything, right? I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. I haven't farmed those up and used them, but I mean, yeah. That new Colossal Jewel or whatever you call it. So how much MF are you running currently? Almost at 450, psyched. It was like 446 or something like that. Yeah, I don't know why, but itchy. Rez says one of his friends is finding 1 Sunder per day. Yeah, one of the things about finding Sunders, especially when if you're farming Heralds, so if you're a Hammerden or Echoing Strike Warlock or the Abyss Warlock, you're gonna have a way better time like all the builds that don't need a Sunder Charm can find Sunder Charms really easy. And all the builds where you need a Sunder Charm, it's really hard to find a Sunder Charm, which keeps being this problem. Yeah, that they have in this game because the way they keep trying to do things with Terror Zones and stuff. Terror Zones are rough. Spring Moss says, nice to see me streaming at this time. Well, it's very tiring to stream at this time. Not that it's early, but it's actually almost 10 o'clock, dude. Feel a bum over here. KC's live now. Oh, got trapped in the behind times. Got trapped in the past. Welcome back to the future. Welcome back to the future. Sounds like Food Dip is a Herald skipper. Yeah, if you want Sunder Charms, you take out Heralds. If you don't, then you don't. And it depends, like, the number of times I skip Heralds quite frequently, to be honest, sometimes, because, like, if they spawn up and they're like cold, immune, enchanted, like, and they're like immune to everything, and you're just like, okay, well, this guy is a 70 quintillion life, and he's a tier 5 Herald, and, you know, like, okay, well, guess I'm just gonna skip him because it's taken me 9 years to take him out. And they almost can't drop anything except for the Sunder Charm, so yeah. I'm not sure if that was an intentional thing they did or an accident, but yeah. If they were like, alright, we want to have the Heralds only drop Sunder Charms, that's it. Like, I don't know if that was like their intent by how far they lowered the, you know, whatever it's called. I don't know the exact term for it, but someone referred to it as the unique drop coefficient. Is that accurate for what it's called? I don't know, but the number in the game that determines how many sets and uniques that they drop relative to the Magic Run and all that stuff. Biv says almost 10 a.m. I want to be at the park already. At the park already, huh? I missed what? Like statues. I'm gonna get 99 of these Andy statues like into no time. I need to go farm up the other statues too, also before they nerf that. I'll never have to farm these statues again. I'll never have to go farm Duriel again to get statues. Because I'll have 100 of them on single player. You need to use the shards to farm tier 5 heralds. So if you want to farm tier 5 heralds, yeah. You literally have to, yeah. That's the only way to really get them. Without doing some ridiculous shenanigans. Ouch. Is online better nowadays since the expansion? So it is. There are more people online, but it does die off real quickly nowadays. But I mean, there is more at the start of ladders and stuff too, sure. So Uber Ancients, I have not. I don't really have any real desire to do it outside of getting the jewel, and I mean, the jewel isn't gonna like completely change a build for me or anything, so I'll do it at some point to more thoroughly min-max my gear or whatever, but I don't have any desire to do it. Ancients, doing those colossal ancients and doing Ubers is incredibly boring, lazy gameplay design in my opinion. So I don't want to do it. So I'll do it only when I decide that I finally have to, I guess. No Sunders still. Okay. 7 years later. Cooper says needs better gear to get them tier 5 heralds. Yeah, they got a lot of life, so. Biv's talking about the Herald, said you only got 1 yellow, all blues for all of Act 1 from Heralds. Yeah, they don't drop much of anything. I've gotten a few little things here and there. I got a unique ring off of a Herald one time. Was not anything good though. It was like a 17 MF Nagel ring or something, so. Gosh, my head itches so much. What's going on here? I think I have lice. Single player. Yeah. Allergies? I guess so. Ah. Head's just got itchy all of a sudden. I guess so. Weird fill here. Mad they made Mosaic non-ladder. Yeah, I mean, Mosaic just needs to be removed from the game. Like, just completely, they should just go ahead, just anyone who has it, it gets deleted and you can't make it anymore or whatever. I would be fine if, actually, they should just leave it in the game as like a, what do you call it, you know, kind of like how people had 08 items back in the day. Just like that. If you made one already, you get to keep it. If you don't have one, you can't make it ever again. You know what I mean? I'd be fine with that, because who cares about non-ladder, you know, I guess. Not that who cares, but like, you know, who cares to take stuff away from people on non-ladder, you know? All that hair must be lice, I know, right? Ah, I don't know what's going on. It's the way those martial arts skills, the way it is, it's just, you know, it's irredeemable. Martial arts was fine before, like it wasn't the meta. So you put good gear on it, you can make it work pretty good. You're not doing players 8 Ubers one-shotting them, but, and I know that's what a lot of people want to be able to do, but non-ladder PvP, yeah, I had heard that from other people that PvP is, you know, done a lot on non-ladder, of course. All the super and crazy rare stuff. So itchy head means, oh, hold on a second. I have no idea what's going on here. Marius. No new content, so ladder would be the same as non-ladder? I mean, kind of. There's certain rune words you cannot make on non-ladder, but obviously people make them on ladder and then they just transfer over, so. So, can we get a Sunder Charm today? 1 Eternity of Vandariel, and we're just gonna get no Sunder Charm. Lazy Bones said he got bored real fast, loved Mosaic, and then got bored real fast. Yeah, that's one of the problems with making super powerful stuff like that, whether it's the Warlock, Mosaic, all this stuff that they're putting out, and it's just like busted, like powerful. People, you hear a bunch of positive comments about it and go, oh, I love this. I feel powerful. Yeah. Okay, I'm bored. You know, that's like how it goes. Like, oh, I love the Warlock. It's so powerful. But the people that really love that stuff that's busted are people that are going to be like, yeah, crush, echoing strike. Woo, 400,000 damage. Yeah, I'm done. On to the next game that has absolutely easy game mechanics and they're busted. You know, that's like how it is. That's what it's almost hard to stress how impressive it was when they first remade Diablo 2 Resurrected and they first started like rebalancing the skills. They did not break anything. Some people complained that they didn't buff up like the summons on the druid enough, or they didn't do this enough. You are astronomically better off for the game to not overtune things than you are to overtune things. Because even though people get excited about it at first and stuff, because of like the sugar rush, the sugar high, the first rip of, you know, when you put the line on the table and you roll up the dollar bill and you rip it, woo! but then you instantly, like, not long after, you crash, or you need more busted stuff added, and more busted stuff, and more busted stuff, you know? You keep needing, the more hits you get, the more hits you need to get the same reaction. And it goes away quicker and quicker and quicker. And that's exactly what doing busted things to the game does. It causes people to just ultimately crash out. So in my perfect world for Phil, if they were to ever rebalance things and add things and this and that, nothing can be as powerful or more powerful than the hammer did. Like, nothing. Because if it is, it's bad for the long-term, like, quality of the game. Which, unfortunately, like, everything, that's one of the things, too, with the Warlock. It is good. It is as good as the best character at doing everything. Maybe not the same build is good at doing everything just as good as every other character, but, like, it is the best character. It is one of the top, like, 2 or 3 at doing literally everything in the game. It has no trade-offs. You know? Which is, like, not good for the game, personally. Just my take. I don't know if anyone agrees with that, but... Death Clock, welcome in. Sorry, I hadn't been reading a lot of comments here. Do forgive me. I was going on a little rant there, so... Fishhawk says, all I want to do is play extremely OP busted builds to try Ubers after shopping at Charcy. Oh, yeah. I don't always read sarcasm through text, but sometimes I do. J-Rag said he loves Fist of the Heavens. Yeah. Fist of the Heavens is cool. You can drop the Fist of the Heavens all around the map. Like that. The crazy thing is the Warlock pretty much has Fist of the Heavens on it, except it does damage to all monsters instead of just undead and demons. In the form of Abyss, so you can just boom, dead, and it sucks them in and it stuns them all at the same time. Boom, Fist of the Heavens, but it's purple, and it does damage to everything. So Tainted Warlock do P8 fast. If you have really good gear, yeah. The thing also is you can, like, so much more easily than, like, a lot of other builds, being able to use that skill that just sends your monsters anywhere. You can just bam, 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 and it's pretty much being able for them to telly stomp everything while you're at a distance, completely safe with no danger at all. Okay, bunch of little things to grab. Richard says, was an OG LOD player. D2R is a dream come true. A lot of good stuff about it. Yeah, I don't want to go too overboard with the things I don't like, I guess. All in all, obviously great game. I personally like the earlier balancing changes more than the Warlock and stuff and the Terror Zone additions and whatnot. So, like, early on, they added in some 85 areas, like the Stony Tombs and some other stuff. They rebalanced a lot of the skills, making Nova good again. The summons on the Druid are usable. You know, a lot of the fire traps, they made it so minus res works with traps. They made, you know, a bunch of different things like that, but nothing, they didn't break anything. But Lion, breed of Fireclaw Armageddon pelt. Interesting. Nice. Marius said liked Fist of the Heavens, but it falls off in Players 8, and it's not good for Heralds. Yeah, since you never really know what your Herald is going to be, Fist of the Heavens is, like, almost out of the picture for it. Players 8, you need real good gear for the Fist of the Heavens to get up there for sure. It works kind of good on P8 though. Oh, well, we'll grab. Kind of good. Yeah, the quality of life, Richard. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, all the, you know, these and that and those. This is true. This is true. Food Dip said he's a chaos enjoyer, lives in there for the high rules. Yeah, chaos is, of course, good. Yeah. Levelida, welcome in. Sorry, a little start. I see Livin, and there's a Livendale and Levelida. Your names are almost identical, but then it changes at the end. And if I assume who I'm talking to before I read the full name real quick, tricks up my little sweet Phil brain. Die for Death Clock. Never found a high rune in the cast until last night. Got a burr. Burr is such a sick one to find. When a burr or jaw drops, it like freezes me for a second because I'm not, you know, what? I'm used to only getting Sir runes. So where are these Thunder Chimes from Andaro that everyone talks about? I should have put up a run counter for today, just to see how many Andy runs I did, and I mean, I'm not at 200 yet or anything, but for today, I mean, over the multiple days, I for certainly am at like 500, but. Hurt Locker says I harp on that all the time in my streams. Harp on. Wait, what was that, Hurt Locker? Oh, not finding your Thunder Charmer you're supposed to find? I deserve one. Viv. Text to speech. Sir Ruin fine percentage? Maybe. Text to speech doing you dirty, Viv. Mary's got a Zod yesterday. What? Zods are cool to get. Raffle Love. Sorry I didn't catch you there. Welcome in. What are the top 3 characters? I mean, honestly, it's going to be Sork. It's really easy to pick now. It's if for that question, Sork, Pally, Warlock. But if you're talking builds, it's a little bit more subjective, I think, maybe. Grace says the problem's giving you godly stuff, taking it away. Talking about the Warlock coming in and busted, taking it away. I think that's a tiny bit of it, but I honestly don't think it is. I think that makes the people that get that sugar high from only playing busted builds and then like burning out on it in the first week, because you get to the point where you realize with a busted build, oh wait, why am I even taking out monsters in this game? To find better gear? Why? I can go over to Charcy and buy a random like short sword, and that busts, and I can just kill everything in one shot. So like, why am I worrying about getting better gear again? And then they stop playing. You need a reason to keep playing, you know. I think that the people just get real loud when the busted builds get taken away, but that doesn't actually, those aren't people that would actually play the game for a long time anyways, in my opinion. So where are we at here? If single player, I just run LK for runes. I don't think there's a better place. Yeah, that I highly recommend that too, for specifically Enigma and Infinity, to be honest. Beyond that, I don't really, but they need to nerf streamers. I will not relay that to the devs there, Fishholic. Sorry. OG got a jaw from Shank yesterday. Nice. Good old jaws from Shank. Do Sunder Charms and Fast even help Foedin? Kind of. It depends how you play it. Not for me. I don't use it that way, but some people actually max out the baby the tiny bit of lightning damage you get from foe. I've heard people do that so that they can like single target. So technically, if you max out foe and you max out the stuff for the lightning damage and you use like infinity and all these fastest and stuff, you can actually kill, like, we'll say Diablo faster with the bolt that comes down and hits for lightning damage. It'll actually kill faster than just shooting the holy bolts really quick. But you have to have, like, the difference in gear between those two is like 8 high runes worth of gear to be able to get foe to kill faster than the holy bolts do. So in my opinion, unless you're Giga Chad rich, it's not worth it. Where at? Man, I'm getting so far in the comments. Do forgive me. Where's the Oxyfill? Meth dropped 3. Dropped 3. Andes, Mara, Shaco. Basiro, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I got a couple. I did like 500 Andy runs and I got like 2 or 3 Oculuses. But I've also done it and got none. So RNG, right? Same reason for the no Sunder Triumphs here, I guess. Sorry, Richard. I don't know what you mean by does it apply to Sork. I missed something there. Do forgive me. Yeah, Maris, I think I covered that, but that the lightning damage is only on the direct exact one monster that gets hit by the holy bolt, not all the little spreading out, or by the fist of the heavens, not all the little holy bolts. Yeah. Best act to terrorize. Anyone? That's going to be an opinion, of course. I'm a. It depends on the character, but I'm kind of an Act 1 enjoyer just because the monsters are slower and weaker in Act 1, but. Richards is putting, you say TP, so Town Portal, not Teleport, you're saying? Town Portal? On Tyrell's? Tyrell's Might? Really, even if you put Teleport on Tyrell's Might, nobody would use it. Enigma is still 800% better than Tyrell's Might with Teleport on it, so. Act 2, well, yeah, Act 2, good call on that one, yeah. Act 2 is a pretty popular one, and that's... Act 2 would probably be the most popular. How's the Sunny Hunt going? Great, I haven't found nothing. Nothing. Except for the Stone of Jordan, boo! Oh. Next time. Hang out in the Discord a lot. Says J Rags. Real lucky run yesterday. SOJ and Sunder in an hour. Ooh, nice. Appreciate you hanging out in the Discord. Enjoying my Friday afternoon here in Cape Town. Wait, Cape Town. That's South Africa? Gotcha. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's 10 a.m. where I'm at. I guess you usually probably don't catch Printer Fridays, do you? So we're doing a little Friday stream today. Stone of Manald, poggers. Double poggers. Why drop your new Stone of Jordan on the ground? That's true. Yeah, why did I drop that Stone of Manald on the ground? Probably because not enough people on YouTube hit the like button. YouTube fam, hit the like button for me now. There's probably like 40 likes on the stream. We need more than that. We need to pump those rookie numbers up. 1014. Yeah, as long as you originally hit the like button an odd number of times, that's the most important thing. You can hit it 1 time, you can hit it 3 times, you can hit it 11 times, 101 times, just as long as it's an odd number. That's the most important thing. So, talking of Sunders from Andy, where are these things at again? We've got 80 likes on the stream, you bums. You schmucks. YouTube, hit the like button. There's 200 of you in here. You guys aren't bums or schmucks, I'm kidding. But if you don't hit the like button, you're a schmuck. That's true. That is true. That's pretty much the one definitive way to tell if someone's a schmuck or not, if they hit the like button. The fact. Science. I don't know. Already smashed it twice? This guy. That's an even number. You don't follow the directions, do you, Mewtwo? Anything good yet? Piper's not... A pretty high rolled... My best drop so far is probably a high rolled... Rib Cracker. Just a couple percents off of perfect. So... Pretty much Giga Chad drops. No Sunders, of course, because... I'm not sure they can even drop from monsters besides Heralds, allegedly. Everybody says they can. The Dropbots calculator says they can. But they just don't. For me. For me. Why doesn't the dislike button ever get any love? Because that's lame sauce. Mega doubly lame. Yeah, see, Rafael Love. Everybody says stuff like that. You got a Sunder Charm off of Dorio the other day. I never do. Man, I run Andy and I get like 5 or 6 Sunder Charms a day, says everybody. I don't know. Everybody says that. Everybody finds them. Not this guy, though. Not this guy. But I'm going to make sure... Maybe my game's glitched. I forget what is... there. Sometimes there's just stuff like that happens like that, I guess. I mean, I kind of half-jokingly about it. But, 5 NATO, 195 enhanced defense. You'd really want the other things to be better, like the fire res and stuff. Or whatever else on there, but... 5 NATO? I think you can upgrade rare stuff, right? So can you upgrade this to the next higher one? So it'd have like 400 and 500 defense or something? Might be neat, right? I'll hang on to it for sure. What do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments. And also hit the like button.
All right. Diablo 2, less than 3.
Yo, Monoligious, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Appreciate you. You can upgrade it. I couldn't remember what was above that, so that's what I'm not a. I memorized the druid pelts, I guess exactly. The blue style is ugly. Well, at least that's an opinion, Dom. So, oh, that was 666 bits too. Nice. 666. Appreciate you. 38 lightning res. Yeah, I'll be honest. I kind of agree with you. The blue is kind of a chumpy skin. This green color is a sick one. When you get the 2 to skills with why did it get blue on there? Oh, the Frost Nova when struck. Hey, 14% chance of. Oh, it's level 5 Nova. I was gonna say Frost Nova is kind of neat, but. Five NATO, cool, yeah, a little cool, but no sockets. Well, yeah, you're not going to get one of those insane. So nobody actually finds that stuff. Now I know people do, but nobody finds that stuff really though. The 5 NATO, 2 open sockets, the absolute maximum all res roll on it, the absolute, like those are all bot found with the rare exceptions. I do know. And I feel like if people found that stuff, they would they hop into stream and tell you about it instantly. So I know they're not found very often, like essentially never. Warcry and Warlock stuff. It's weird how Necro, those daggers can get all different skills on them from different things, but I knew one person who found an absolutely perfect diadem. Like, it was not like literally perfect, but it was essentially perfect. It was like, I don't remember which class it was, but it was like 2 to like assassin, or no, it must not have been. It must have been like 2 to source skills, 20 FCR, like 60 to life, 17 all res, 2 open sockets, and he got a hold of someone else in the community who was more tied into that trading, you know, crazy high expensive stuff like that, and he traded it for him, and he got like an insane amount for it. But it was the only time that I had ever heard of anybody finding, like, legitimately finding anything crazy like that. Ooh, Ogriax, I almost didn't see it. Scott, welcome in. Yo. Yeah, J-Rags is true. Like a slot machine. You might win three pulls of the lever in a row. Might not hit it all for a long time. First Enigma, Dante says, congratulations, Dante. You think they drop more often than you think? People just don't check them? I don't know. You think people are just leaving rare diadems chilling on the ground all the time? I don't think so, personally. But I don't know. Hard to say, I guess. But 100% perfect Nightwings. UPS says perfect Nightwings. Yeah, lazy bones. I would say most people pick up I think most people pick up diadems. That's pretty common, like, rare and magic thing that people know to pick up, I think. Oh, what was the one? I found a pretty cool diadem that was actually a blue one. I forget what it... I found one that had... It rolled with the 3 sockets in it, and it also had... What did it have on it? Walk Run, I think? Which I think is something that's used in PvP. I ended up not doing anything with it. It probably poofed at some point, but... Yeah, Lion says it's hard enough to roll 220 amulet. It is true. Let alone the odds of a 230, 22 sockets. Right. That is true. That's like the number of people. So I rolled that one crazy good caster amulet, and the number of like crap talk on that any of the video I put where I mention that or show it. Oh, it's not even real. That amulet's not even good. It blah 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 blah. It literally was a 220 sorcerer's amulet with like 26 to strength on it and like 25 to lightning res or something like that on it. And like something else. I think it only had like 7 life or something. I forget, but I'm like, I literally traded it for like 35 job runes. And they're like, no, you didn't. That's worth like 5. And I'm like, no, I traded it. Like, that's what I got on. It wasn't actually, that's part of the thing too. Like, I traded it on JSP. I'm not gonna lie. Once again, I asked somebody else to trade it for me who knew how to get a hold of the people to trade it for. And the amount I got, I looked up how much a job rune was and divided it. And I got the equivalent of that. So. Ever found a 4015? I have found either 2 or 3 of them. JSP mentioned. I know, right? Half the stream leaves. Items like that, though, you can't trade them on any other way, to be perfectly honest. And I mean, JSP just works so much better than every other trade site, I'm gonna be honest. It's so much easier to use. Selb says, talking about like the rare dye items or druid pelts and stuff, some people just leave it because they're only blasting for experience as fast as they can. I haven't witnessed that much, but I mean, I guess if you're like one of them people trying to push for 99 at the beginning of a ladder, I guess. Monoligious, oh, you gotta run. You probably hopped out, Annie, but appreciate you. Thank you so much for the bits and hanging out. Let me try to catch back up on. I'm getting behind. Not bad. Captain Cooper, always identify magic jewels, hoping to get a 40-15. Yeah, they are not common. They're not common, but I do play quite a bit. Lazy Bone said hadn't used JSP since LOD back in the day. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with not using it, of course. I would always recommend everybody never spend real money on items in D2. It literally makes the game less fun, but if you're going to trade and stuff, there's nothing wrong with that. Where you find the people to trade with, in my opinion, but Llama left the jaw. I've never missed a jaw. I know I've missed an ohm before, and I've missed a low one time. They were actually not that far apart in time from each other. They were like in the same month when that happened, actually. One time I was in the pits and I was like teleporting around, and you know, I was like teleporting around like this, and I took out every monster like in the whole pack like this, except for one. And then I was reading chat like this, and I was like, okay, my mercenary took something out, and I teleported away while I was reading chat. Well, I took out the one carver, and then I finished the run and looked over at chat and like, bro, you just missed an Ohm rune. And nobody believed the guy who said it. And I went back and watched it, and it was like right here. The Merc killed him, and there was like a little flash of orange just as I teleported. And I'm like, wow, there was. And it was the exact same way that happened too. I was actually going to get the leg for cows out at where do you get the leg from? Tristram. Sometimes I just can't remember simple things. Out at Tristram, and it was almost a similar, the exact same thing. My mercenary killed a monster over here. There was just a quick flash, and I teleported at the exact same second as it like flashed, and I teleported. Like I had already started the animation to cast like this, you know. And when I was about right here, you seen the flash, and then it teleported. And nobody believed that guy either. I didn't either. Or wait, or no, that was in cows, wasn't it? That was in cows actually when that happened. Maybe it happened 3 times actually. Now that I mention it, because I think it happened in Tristram and in cows. With the rune similar to that. So I guess everybody does it. The thing is that you guys see when it happens to us, and nobody sees when it happens to you. AAA. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Druid One Life. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Richard saying real money in a game. Who would do that? I don't know. I think it's not a very intelligent move to buy items in a game, but
I do
you
have
do
to
you.
go. Work. Bye.
Monoligious. All right, peace out. Have a good day. You already... Thanks a lot. You already have anxiety about losing items. Well. Oh, here we go. You gotta identify every blue pelt for a 6. NATO! Oh, Wonder Fury. Killing ghosts. Well, you'll never know, Grilly, or Gilly, if you lose them over the out of bounds. So, this hero says buying items makes the game a little pointless. Kind of. I don't know. I've heard some people, and I mean, I guess this is kind of the type of archetype that wants to just like have an absolutely busted build, like I was talking about earlier, like the Echoing Strike Warlock was originally, and people want that. They just want to play real quick and then not play the game anymore. They just want to play for a week or two and then not play anymore. I've had people explain it to me to where they're like, bro, I make like $68 an hour. How many hours does it take to find an Enigma? 1,000? Like, even if it's on single player and you can find it guaranteed quick that way, it's still, what, 30 hours to get an Enigma? I can buy an Enigma for 12 bucks on this website. Literally, like, 8 minutes of work, I can buy an Enigma. Or I can spend dozens and dozens and dozens of hours. And I don't want to spend all that time to find it. I just want the good gear and I want to slay monsters. I'm like, okay, I guess, you know, I guess if that's what you say. I mean, I don't make $68 an hour, but congratulations, you know, like, you know, I don't make $68 an hour and I don't get a $15,000 Christmas bonus. And, you know, I don't have a company car and, but, you know. They're not wrong. Time is money in this world, yeah. Yep, there you go. Lazy Bone says, if I'm only playing for a week, I ain't spending real money. Well, I guess people think of it as like you're essentially just paying a monthly fee for every season, you know. I missed a tier rune? No! Spyrus the Virus, congrats on finishing your Boa Zan setup. Congrats. Marius, so I'm on offline single player. I'm not really needing that, you know, so appreciate the offer, but why would you even keep playing after buying everything for your end game build? Some people are like just like that. They don't enjoy the accomplishment of finding it or enjoying the hunt or whatever. They just want to absolutely blast everything by clicking the buttons a few times for like a few days and then not touch the game again, you know. That's kind of like I was saying with the Warlock. Why, when you have these busted builds, it makes the game unfun for a majority of people. Not everybody. There are some people, a loud group of people too, that just want to blast everything with no challenge or effort. But yeah. Exceptional. Appreciate it for a Twitch Bomb sub. But yeah, but yeah, for like me personally, and I think this is for the large majority of people, that's what made the Warlock not fun to play in the first season for me. Because there was no point to upgrading your gear. I just literally used, I never wanted to get Enigma because it didn't matter. Like, I never cared to get a better weapon because it didn't matter. Or get better gear for survivability because it didn't matter. You never did get skillers because it didn't matter. I literally just used my Nage's Puzzler to teleport around with, and I used my Nage's Puzzler to attack because it didn't matter what weapon you used, and you know, nothing mattered. You didn't need to constantly, oh yes, I got an upgrade. Woo, this is great. Now my character feels more powerful and different. I got another thing. Yes, like now I got more survivability, so I don't have to worry, you know, it's safer. You know, it's easier. I don't have to worry about dying once sometimes, you know. But there's no point to getting upgrades because you were invincible and you one-shotted P8 Ubers with Wurt's leg, you know, so. How long is the season's 14 ladder? I have a few items now waiting to bring over the ladder. So they're generally, they do what, 3 seasons a year? But they are very not specific with when they do it. Several of the recent seasons have only been like 3 months. Cold, and then lightning's lower, and then poison with Magic Find, though. They are like 3 resistances, but I guess we'll hang on to them. They're not bad. It's not perfect, though. It's not perfect, though. If you're teleporting, you don't need to walk run anyway, so it don't matter. You got the Magic Find, Gold Find, I guess, but then there are 3 resistances, so it's not bad. Not bad. Where's your loot filter? My loot filter is on, and it's set up exactly the way I want it. See all this gold's being blocked out and stuff? My loot filter is working perfectly as intended. Richard says, no walk run char seafood. There is literally 0 point to having walk run on boots. Telekinesis the waypoint, and from here on out, I never take a step. If you're referring to PvP, there is not a very large PvP community on offline single player. It's actually a very small community. So the trade value for those are very low anyways. So yeah, sometimes you gotta think of things differently when you're on single player. So stilettos, some high-heeled shoes for the lady. Ethereal. Nope. Another shaft stop after I found one a minute ago. Even 200. I think those go to 220, so. Shaft stop's a classic good item. It's good-ish, but I generally don't really note those, I guess. But yeah. Level 18 good for a playthrough, says Fishholic. There you go. Were they level 18? Yeah, try like boots like tend to have shockingly low requirements on them, kind of, yeah. Frenzy Barb's good for Ubers. Now, it depends on your definition of good. You can do Ubers with Frenzy Barb. I've done it. That's one that I've done several times before in the past. How good is it? I don't know what to say based upon how to tell you how good it is or not. But even with budget gear, the first few times that I did Ubers, I did with Frenzy with 2 lightsabers. So. Two lightsabers. I used Treachery Armor to swing super fast, and of course you got the Fade proc. And then, you know, other stuff around to get, you know, Gore Riders I probably had for the Crushing Blow and whatnot. I don't know what else gear I had on there, but I'd have to look it up from, it was like years and years ago. Oh, okay. Okay, now there's kind of a lot of stuff on this particular run, but... Little Jewel. Aesthetic said you also have a hard time finding trading partners on single player. Yeah, it's tough to find them for sure. Akhen saying PvP used to be bigger back in the day. Maybe. I've never been into PvP, so I don't know. It's never been my thing. I've watched it a few times. Nothing crazy, because, you know, I just wanted to kind of, you know, see or whatever, do this and that. And yeah, I mean, anytime I see it, everyone's just like teleporting around off screen from each other. They're just like this, and then they're like randomly shooting off in the distance, just hoping one of these things touch the other person, you know? I'm just like, how is that fun? I'm not really sure. I don't know. But people like it, you know? More power to them. And I'm not talking about all the different forms of PvP. I've seen some where they just step up in one point and they just sit there and swing at each other nonstop until one of them drops, you know? Or like different forms and stuff like that, but yeah. Zero said when he was a kid, someone went hostile and just deleted your Sork. Hated him ever since. Yeah. Obviously, back in the day, that kind of stuff used to happen way more often. Mr. Unknown says PvP can be real fun if you just do it with some random buddies and none of you have done it before. Just kind of mess around like that, huh? Okay. That's the most important thing. People are having fun playing the game. That's the most important thing. Yeah, pretty much nowadays, probably for the last like decade or so, or 15 years, I've never really liked any games that were like PvP, like a player first player style. Even like, I haven't been in on Call of Duty, like first person shooters. I used to be huge into them, but I just can't, you know, the amount of time to do player versus player, unless you dedicate your life to it, there's always like thousands of people who are just willing to sacrifice everything in their life to doing it, you know what I mean? And they will just always be better than you. And that just, it doesn't matter, like, I don't know. Somebody always has more time than you to play more than you do, you know? Especially now that I got older, got married with kids and stuff, I just don't have the desire to do and to play enough to get good. Like, I used to be pretty good at Halo and Call of Duty and stuff. But I just, even before I got married and had kids, I just like started not dedicating the time to it and stuff. Okay, okay, hey, is it happening? Is it happening? Oh, finally. It's finally happening, everybody. We got one. We got one from Andy. Just took like 700 Andaro runs. No big deal. I got a Gajeeds here. So that means it can't be a Gajeeds. It's got to be a Sunder Charm. What do I want? I got cold and lighting. Really, I want a fire. I want a fire. Come on. Boom! Ooh, poison. Poison, how about that? Now I need a D-Web, or we can do a poison Java. We can do it. Honestly, really how it rolls, you just need the right element because it re-rolls when you do it. Can someone Google machine the what you need to do the recipe in here, like what gem and stuff it is? Be great. So yeah, and the times that I was thinking, by the way, just I'll get back to it while someone's looking that up or whatever. When I used to be good at Halo and Call of Duty, it was because like I got internet before everybody. My dad was like a computer like aficionado essentially. So as soon as we were able to get like cable internet, we got it. Like nobody in my town, I was the first person in my town to be able to play video games online. So especially when I did like, we used to still do system link parties and stuff. So I had high-speed internet and nobody else did. So I'm playing online, like learning how to super bounce. And like when I first started playing Halo, nobody knew what the death combo was. With the and then switch to the battle rifle and you one-shot them and they just drop dead. They're like, you're cheating, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, how'd you just do that? That's a hack or something. You just killed me in one shot. You're cheating. And I'm like, no, I'm not. But yeah. And then when I was playing online, like everybody was new to online, and then I kept getting it good with them. But at some point, I just couldn't keep up, you know. So, Co and a perfect emerald, you say, huh? And a Western shard, gotcha. Western and a Co rune. Shotgun and then melee, yeah. All right, so. Can it be great? Can it be great? Someone lied to me. Co, Western, Emerald. Everybody's saying the same thing. Co, Western, Emerald. Latent. Oh, yeah, I didn't really know that, I guess. Actually, now that you mention it, I learned that last time and I forgot about it. Okay, we'll try again. I forgot about the one in your inventory. Hey. Boom. Minus res, please. Boom. Why is every effing one plus damage and gold find? Every one that I do. It is also 6%. Why do they all roll so bad? Oh my god. Like, I would give this to Charcy, but I don't want her to get offended. My god. Thanks a lot, chat. Thanks a lot. Insert Price is the right fail sound here, right? I don't think it's even worthy of that. That's just like wet fart sound. Selb, see? Selb knows what's up. They drop like candy anyways. This is true. Only took me 700 Andy runs to find one. Another 700 more Andy runs. Here we come. The well-done steaks of Sunder Chimes. Ooh, gross. No. The medium rare prime rib of Sunder Chimes you need. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop picking up them statues pretty soon. I'm gonna have too many. Badge Sunder better than none? I mean, technically. What'd you give? Yeah, I finally got one. After almost 2 hours today, and it's probably been like 10 or 15 hours of farming Andy, to be honest. Are you going to run Sea Ancients? Colossal Ancients. I mean, at some point, I'm in no hurry to do that, though. No hurry to do that. At least the minus res went to 7. Well, yeah, technically, yeah. I mean, that's a static roll on the latent ones, or the renewed, I mean. Wait a second. It's like when Llama ran to get the SOJs. Yeah, he ran forever and didn't get one. And then he got 2 of them at once. I just got another one. Nice. Okay. Dude, these Thunder Chimes drop like candy. I told you guys. I told you. Alright, well, let's see what we get this time. Boom! Oh, magic. Magic, okay, alright. Hammered in boost incoming? Hammered in boost incoming? Hey, we got all different Thunder Chimes so far too, so that's cool. Hey, let me know what's the one for this, guys? Help me out. Help a brother out. Are people finding Geeds? Sunday 10 or 11, no Geeds. So Geeds Grand Charms are 7 times more rare than they were before. So on average, you'll find 1 of each Thunder Charm and a Geeds at, you know. But also you could find 30 Thunder Chimes and no whatever, so. Which one was I looking for? I mean, I kind of wanted a fire one, to be honest, because all the magic builds already wreck everything so ferociously and you don't need to break the magic communities anyways. And I don't have a fire one on single player. I have a cold and lightning, and I would want a fire. So. Mal, diamond, and those 2 different things. Okay, I appreciate you. And also, we need to get this out of here. Don't trick me like you did last time, chat. And do a diamond. A Mal rune? Oh no, do I have a Mal rune? Ah! I have no problem putting 2 runes together right here. How do you keep up 2 runes? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna guess here. No, it's not that. Diamond isn't like for any of it, is it? I'm just gonna keep guessing until I get it. Or wait, is it 3 It's 2, right? Flawed diamond? Ooh, went too high. It can't be 3 It was the very next one. I was just about to get to it. Okay. This, and north, south. North, deep, and south? And Mao? Why is there so many things? That's an Easter. Not sure why I grabbed that. I wonder why they because some of them only have 1 shard and this one has 3. It's kind of weird. Fine, I guess, but I don't really care too much. How good? Boom! Ooh, minus res and magic find. I feel like they're not rolled very good. But at least we got minus res and the magic find, I guess. Boy, minus 45 to magic damage is rough, huh? Yeah, I got the right stuff on it. Life, minus magic res, and... But yeah, minus 45 magic res. It's tough to negate that negative, isn't it? It's a tough one. And yeah, I don't even know if I would, like, use this, to be honest. Yeah, it's got the hit recovery. Why do you even want the minus res? Well, it would deal more damage with more minus res, but yeah. I feel like it's not even worth it. At most, maybe you would keep it in your cube and pull it out for Wave 2 of Bale, and that's like it. Yeah. But we got it. Wait, so can you not have more than one? Oh yeah, so you can have multiple regular Sunder Charms in here, but you can't have multiple latent or renewed. Interesting. Never thought about that. Wait, I have another cold skiller here? Why am I chilling with another cold skiller and I'm not using it? I did not know I had it, I guess. Definitely want to have more cold skillers if you can, right? Just sitting here and I'm just not using it. Look at this dumb head over here. Look at this dummy. Dummy Phil. I need an SOJ. Looks silly using a BK over here. I know it's kind of behind chat, but... Telekinesis charge is legendary. Plus magic is better, since most enemies don't have magic resistance anyways. Yeah, I know. Oh well. Not much we can do now. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I had a sneeze come out of nowhere. Levendale says for corpse explosion use a latent bone and one like renewed fire, I'm guessing. Or you just use like one of each of the... Yeah, I guess you could do that. Makes sense, I guess. What was I doing here? Oh yeah, let's get a few more. Let's knock these all out, huh? 1728 Annie for an SOJ. I'm not sure. If I had to guess, you could probably get more for that Annie than one SOJ, but I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't do a ton of trading, and when I do, I always look up what trades went for, and then I just ask for like the same thing, pretty much. Wait, no Sunder Charm? Man, these things drop like candy. They fall everywhere. Yeah, actually, Annies nowadays might be like worthless almost, with them probably spawning all the time now that I think about it. Dominic says use a lightning and cold sundew in your Blizzsork. Why would you do? I guess you want to break the static immune, the lightning immune for static. Interesting. Would minus enemy magic res help with Blessed Hammer Boadin? It would, but yeah, kind of what people were saying is that they are not really thinking it's worth it. till you even like use it. Now, one thing I never really... I can't remember. Some genius person out there, remind me, because I feel like this is something I heard a long time ago, but I can't remember. Minus enemy magic res, does that help the Holy Bolt's damage or no? I feel like it does not. It would help hammers, but not... I don't think it helps the Holy Bolt because it's a special type of magic damage that... It's just like damage to undead and demons. So it is like magic, but it's like not, I thought. Someone let me know in the comments for sure what you guys had heard or know or whatever you want to call it. You were told a few months ago it does help for Holy Bolt, but not the Holy Bolts from foe, says Marius. Huh. Ain't Holy Bolt lightning damage. Juan Duarte. So no, Holy Bolts are magic damage that just deals damage to undead and demons. So Fist of the Heavens, how it kind of like comes down with one bolt and then the Holy Bolts come out of the Fist of the Heavens. That one bolt that comes down and targets one individual monster, that is lightning damage. And then each one of the Holy Bolts that come out are all magic damage that does damage to only undead and demons. Along with the Holy Bolt skill. Those are both just magic, but yeah.
Not here. Not in town. Not in town.
Some people said they believe it's correct. Some people say maybe not. Yeah, so maybe I'm not 100% sure. Watch the hand gestures. No, acidic. I don't know. I don't really even know how you could take that the wrong way. The Holy Bolts just come down and hit one monster with boom. The Holy Bolt coming down like this, you know. I said I couldn't. I was trying not to laugh there. I was trying to be real serial, but I mean, if that is, do you really think that looks like? Is this how you do it? Round of applause for you. Like, if it is, but. Congratulations. Ooh. Faster run walk on a summoner. Ooh. Magic find life leech on a summoner. That helps too, right? Summoning druid at that. I didn't even notice that said druid. Not that it matters, but ethereal bloodletter? No. So I used a bloodletter for so long in my barb back in the day. I was like, ooh, I'm a whirlwind barb, and this has whirlwind on it. This is so great. And blade mastery. I can remember that back in the day. Ooh, 2 sockets. This is what always happens when you get 2 sockets. It always looks like this type of item. 8 cold res, repair durability, 1 to battle orders. Thank you for the 2 sockets, game. Acidic. Ain't that the truth? I was going to make a joke like that too, but I didn't want to go too far. Didn't want to go too far with it. Richard up a minute ago said he's never ever seen anyone ever use a magic sunder for any good reason. Yeah. I feel like it's unnecessary. Any build that's magic damage already just absolutely wrecks so ferociously. Why would you ever want to put the negative -45 magic resistance to yourself off the bat? You know, like. Worst troll drop. I don't know. What do you mean by troll drop? What's a little example? I don't know what you mean by that. Not sure what you mean there, Janet. Is Summon Necro worth making? So I like using Summon Necro Kind of. Summon Necro is probably my favorite Necro before you get D-Web. Then Poison's a lot more cooler. Alright, I think I still need a 2/2/2 on the Swirling Crystal here, so let's see if we get her! Get rid of that real quick. Viv, like, a troll drop is when a Grand Crown drops and chat convinces you it's a Grand Charm. Boy, yeah. People had me searching for like 5 minutes for a Grand Charm, and I'm like, yeah, it's right over there. And I go over in that corner, and it's a Grand Crown. And I'm like, just like that. Yeah, I just need to double that sucker, and we'll be great. Or, yeah, only real men only use Poison Dagger Necro. This is true. How many sockets could a Larzik give a blue Monarch? So a blue item from Larzik will either get 1 socket or 2 sockets. 50-50 chance. Sure, why not? Soldier Gajid's on accident? Oh no, Saffron. Rookie move right there. Sorry to hear that. Like an Ethereal Tomb Reaver with 1 socket? How about 4 straight years of finding only Templars? It's taking me like 25... I forget how many it was really now, but taking like 25 unique Sacred Armors to get a Tyrell's Might. That was quite the troll drop. Over and over and over again. Marty! Yeah, no Printer Friday today. We've got, I'm taking the fam to a baseball, or the fam's going to like a baseball game today, so not going to be doing Printer Friday today. And then I forget what it is, but for some reason, there's something going on next Friday too that I can't. I forget what it is though. I'm sure the wife told me, but I don't know if you guys ever met me, but I forget things sometimes. Kind of want some more pap. Running a marathon today, yeah. I'm gonna marathon all the way through Printer Friday, Varthmus? Maybe. J-Rag says, Bone Necro not bad. It's not bad at all, yeah. I think Bone Necro and Summon are pretty similar. I just prefer the Summon, to be honest. You have to do a whole lot of aiming with the Bone Necro. So. But you got the Tyrell's Might, didn't you? Yeah, this is true, eventually. Eventually. Fire, Poison, Strength, Life Leech. Okay, man, it's all... it's an alright melee one, but everything's not the way I like it necessarily. The attack rating's almost nothing. The fire is really low and the poison's high, which poison res, I don't care that much. Strength is cool. I don't know. How many rings am I really going to keep? I don't know. We'll just toss it out, I guess. Lirin, new Warlock boots give up to 30 magic res. Plus cannot be frozen. I guess I forgot that. Those, what are those things called again? Wraith Step? Or is there another one? They give magic res, huh? I don't remember that. These ones don't. There must be a different pair I'm not thinking of. What's the boots that give magic res? I don't remember this. Now that I got 2 how easy are Sunder Charms from Andy? I mean, I still got 2 Sunder Charms in like 700 runs, so... Oh, the Horizon set boots. Oh... I didn't remember that. Yeah, magic res. Okay, I forgot about that. I forgot. Yep, totally did. Sunder Charm's way too easy to find now, I decided. Nerf it. Nerf it. Dog says he thinks Sunder Charm drop rates are in a good place. I'm not sure yet. It's so hard for me to really say because I just don't like Terra Zones, really. So it's hard for me to, like, I don't know. The one thing I wish, though, is that, good old Rock Stopper. I wish that they would change it a little bit so that maybe do it so the Sunder Charms are the rarity they are now, but somehow have them as a separate drop from Geeds. So when a Grand Charm drops, it's like, and I guess if Geeds was a tiny bit more rare, but if it was closer to what it was before, have it so if a unique Grand Charm drops, there's a 50% chance it's a Geeds and a 50% chance it's a Sunder Charm, maybe. Instead of having Geeds like super insanely crazy rare, you know what I mean? And then that, you know, I don't know if it really matters. I don't know. That's what I think. Richard said he wants to tease these 1 hour again. Not being a non-Terra Zone enjoyer, I would rather have them be a half hour. Because then if there's a Terra Zone you don't like, it's faster to get to the next Terra Zone. The main thing I like about it only being a half hour, because if you look at your phone or something and see there's TZ Andy, TZ Meth back to back or something like that, or like let's say you see there's you see there is a TZ Andy, you're not like FOMO'd as much, like great, like I'm missing out on some really good, because it's only a half hour, it's not as important, but yeah. Gilly wants to turn off heralds. Turn them off. No, I think they just need to up the drops on them or whatever. That's what I think. I think they need to. I mean, and this is the thing. Not liking Terra Zones and Heralds. It's tough to comment, but like, I guess if I had to say it, they're not going anywhere. So that's the first thing. They ain't going nowhere. So I need to live in that reality, which is what I'm doing. I think that they need to not have a special Sunder Charm drop from Heralds, and just make Heralds drop. Oh, offensive auras. You can use it sometimes. You can use it sometimes. Am I right? Good, Skiller. But yeah, just make Heralds drop like, maybe not quite as good as Act Bosses, I guess, but like 47, not too bad. I don't remember what I have the best I got. Maybe we'll hang on to those. Make their drops better, but don't have them have a special drop chance. You know what I mean? What's so special about Herald Sunder Charms? I mean, there's nothing more meta about a Herald Sunder Charm than any other one. They're the same. But a Tier 5 Herald has a 1 in 50 chance of dropping a Sunder Charm, so. It's supposed to be like, when you're out there getting good experience from Terra Zones, you can also spawn up the Heralds that are supposed to also then have a really good chance of dropping a Sunder Charm at the same time. I'm not sure everything landed exactly the way it was supposed to be, but yeah. Have their drops be like Pindle. The only thing is, if you have it like Pindle, I mean, you can do a Pindle run in like 15 seconds. So it's got to be better than Pindle. I mean, I guess they would be terrorized so in their high level, so they could drop everything in the game, so it'd be better than regular Pindle slightly, I guess. But like, with the amount of time it takes to get another Herald to spawn up, I mean, honestly, they should probably drop like Mephisto or like terrorize Mephisto, because the Heralds are terrorized and they're a lot harder than Mephisto. You know what I mean? So that's, I guess that's what I would say. I think they should get rid of the special Sunder drop thing and just have the Sunders drop like Diablo 2 items drop, you know, off of monsters that are high enough level to drop them. I would probably up the minimum level for Sunder Chimes to drop, so that you can't find it from like Andariel, essentially. Because realistically, like, if you can run, like, act bosses this fast, having the heralds drop the same as an act boss would be fine. Because it takes you more than a minute to get a herald to spawn, you know? So. What kind of razor do you use for my head? Commonly asked question. I think it's, I've had it so long, I don't even remember now. I gotta keep, every time I go buy new razors, I gotta look again at what brand it is. It's like... It's one of the it's a 3-blade razor. It's like nothing special, really. It's, you know, just a normal, like, pop the razor thing off, click another one on there, and I just, like... It's the only one... I've tried buying new ones, though. I bought this razor when I was, like... It's the only one I've ever had in my life. I'm almost 40. So it's like 20-something years old. They still make the blades for it. And it's the only one... It's probably the Mach 3. Probably, actually. It's the only one that doesn't cut my head when I shave my head. Straight up. I've bought a couple of other ones. I've had an electric one, too, that's like a palm thing for your head that my wife bought me one year. But it honestly takes longer to use, and it does not shave as close. I can literally just go like this fast. And just shave my head, I kid you not, that fast. I just take the same soap that I wash my head and my body with and stuff, and I just go like, put the soap on my head, and I just go like this fast. I'm not even kidding. And I stand in the shower like this with the razor that fast, and it never cuts my head, ever. Never. It's crazy. Captain Cooper said, you're getting all this summon necro gear, no desire. Summon and necro gear. I don't even know that there's really is summon. I mean, for summon necros, the only gear for it is like plus skills, I feel. Why would I use shampoo, Richard? Are you mocking me? Do I look like a fool to you? No, I do not use shampoo. Real men use a hunting knife? Ooh. Yeah, unclean. Still got the blood and guts on it, right? A wheelie razor? I have no idea what a wheelie razor is. MFC says, quickest haircut ever? True story. That's the thing, too. I can't imagine all the money people with hair. Really, having hair is financially irresponsible, to be perfectly honest. You have to buy shampoo for your hair. You have to go get haircuts. Combs and brushes. Let alone if you ever put any product in it or anything. Hairspray or, I don't know, what do people still use? Gel? I don't know. Go crazy. You got to do conditioner maybe even. Like, I don't know how you people do it. How do you people do it? You haired people. Chumps. Sounds like something a Baldy would say. It sounds like something a guy who got rich from not buying all this hair product would say. MMC just buzzes his hair every few months. Yeah, that checks out. Turtle wax for the win. Yeah, no, bad calc. I don't shave my legs and I don't shave my armpits and I don't like shave my butt hair and stuff, so no, I don't worry about it. Just my head right here. Yeah, I do not polish my head. I don't think that's a thing. I have never looked into the history of it, but I feel like people polishing their heads was never a real thing. I think that was just a made-up joke thing from back in the day. Could be wrong. Man, these things literally drop everywhere. Or all the time, I should say. Not everywhere, but... Fishaholic. I don't believe you. He says I only got 2 haircuts ever. Fake news. Yeah, if I want a new hairstyle, I can just grab a Sharpie and I'm good. Checks out. Oop. Ray said you used to polish? Really? Okay, touche. I don't know why you'd want a polished head anyways, but... if anything, I would do the exact opposite of that. I mean, I never would, probably. But if anything, I would do something to, like, have a matte finish on my head so it was less shiny. Maybe that's just me, though. I mean, I like I said, I wouldn't do that probably ever, but... the crazy thing is, too, is my head is shinier right after I wash it. Like, when it's not oily at all, that's when it's the shiniest. When it's actually oily, that's when it's less shiny. It doesn't sound... it doesn't sound right, but that's just true. True story here, man. True story, man. Lotion on its head. I mean, I'll put, yeah, I'll put lotion up there every once in a while, you know? Sure. Every once in a while. When did I start shaving my head? I was like 27. But I probably could have and / should have started before that. I was one of those guys that just wore a hat every day for like a year straight. Or like 2 years straight. It started getting thin when I was like 24 probably. And then, or 24, 25-ish. And then, yeah, when it started getting, and it got thin real fast. And then, yeah, real quick. Tough genetics. Well, I did a little reading about it at some point in my life. Severe extended periods of long extended periods of stress can actually cause men to go bald really quickly. I believe that's what it was. But could be wrong. Because yeah, there is nobody else this bald in my family. But my grandpa was adopted, so he was not bald though. And my uncle, his, you know, on my mom's, you know, so his son never went bald. Still is not, you know, 70. Full head of hair, long hair. So his son. So my grandpa wasn't bald. His son wasn't bald. My brother's not bald. He's getting a little thin, but not bald. Just me. Yeah, so anyways. Yeah, like my dad's side, not one bald person. Grandpa on that side wasn't bald. You know, so it's like, I don't know. The search for Cheryl's might could be. Should I put a facet in my Skin of the Viper Magi for my nose sork? That is a great option to do, yeah. So you either do facet or like a topaz essentially for magic find. But facet is what most people would probably go with. Isn't it genetics on the mother's side? I don't know how much truth is to that, but it might be from my you know, my grandpa's side, since he was adopted. Didn't really know any, you know, where his original family at all, no matter what. So, ooh, little stone. Jordan. Oh, so it could have been something from that side. But like I said, he wasn't bald. His, you know, my uncle's not bald. His son, my grandpa's son, you know, my uncle. The head, being a headbanger would promote hair growth? Maybe. Sailor Evo says he used to have the long hair. Lost it on top, though. Shaving since 21. Yeah, I do know. I know a guy that he went bald and had to start shaving his head like just after he graduated high school. So he was like 19, started shaving his head. Need to start saying BK ring? No. No. Mark making, yo! Friday Slayin, better believe it. Oh, speaking of Friday and being bald, make sure you guys hit the like button on YouTube. You know, let me look at web browser, normal difficulty, super unique. Oh, it's already on Bishy Bash. Look at that. Not a latent Thunder Charm. No, I thought it was Torch of Hero. What? Can he not drop? I guess Torch of Hero is a bad example. Biggins Bonnet. Oh, I thought it was better than that. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't change. It was 1 in 250 for Biggins Bonnet. Let's see. You were looking up. Is it the Ganasher? No. What else can he drop? Can I turn it to just like unique items? Because there was something wrong with looking up. There's Biggins, Pelletar Lunar. There's 2 in 50. Oh, maybe I looked up Felloc is 1 in 30. You know, so I guess just kind of look up what you need. Rixox Keen 1 in 300 runs, but how fast could you do 300 normal difficulty Bishy Bosh runs, right? So there's a few of the lower level stuff. Arctic Fur. So it's not as many things as I had remembered in my head. And there's no extra page here, right? Or is there? Oh, what's going on here? All right. Yeah, this is zoomed out way too far. So I guess there's only a few here. But if you need any of these, this is going to be a real fast way to find it. The next up, super unique. Cold Crow? Maybe Cold Crow's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, maybe that's it. Hand of Brock here. The Ganasher. Nell Striker. Bane Ash. Rixox. Torch of Hero. 1 in 1,000, but still. Yeah, so these super uniques early on. Bonebreaker. I don't remember who that is. But yeah, as you get higher, oh, he can drop even less. What's going on with that? Interesting. Let me look here. Ooh, Fish. Rockinishu seems like a good option. With Hotspurs there. Some of these set items that are low level. Gull Dagger. The Ganasher. Hand of Brock. Oh my gosh, yeah. It looks like just look up what you need and figure out where to get it. Torch of Hero down here at 3,000. I wonder how much, you know who's going to be giga chatted for this? Maybe. We got to see what he can drop. Is Bone Ash. Bone Ash is always in the same spot. You never have to re-roll a map. All the maps are going to be the same. He's always in the same spot. So Death Spade, Dim Oak, Hotspurs are 1 in 4,000. So yeah, the thing is as you get higher level, they can like drop more stuff. It's kind of a similar situation to how, well, not crazy the same, I guess, but an SOJ from Nightmare Andy. It's not exactly the same, I guess, but Biggins, Gull, the Diggler. You can see how Gull Dagger gets much more rare, but the new stuff that comes in is more common. The Ganasher, the Nasher, 1 in 2,800. So it depends what item you kind of need there. Fetchmar, I forgot about that item. Good old Axe of Fetchmar. Yeah, so I hope maybe that gives you some stuff there, you know, some advice or whatever. Some good things to look for. Bonebreaker's the skeleton in the crypt. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Wouldn't normal Andy? I don't know. I kind of thought no, but why don't we go ahead and glance since we're right here. Bosses. Act bosses and Dario. So Death Spade is, oh well, touche. 1 in 46.2 runs? I mean, that's pretty good odds. Biggins is 1 in 700. So it's going to depend what item, really. But some of them, if you need Death Spade, yes. Also, it depends how fast you can get to Andy. I assume if these are one of your last few items left, you probably have Teleport on a character. Dim Oak is obviously great. So yeah, some of them for sure. Nashor's 400. Gore. Gorefoot's 1 in 56 runs? Blood Fist? Jeez. Crazy. Huh. So it looks like most / a lot are actually, so. Future Real. Yo! Thank you for the raid. We were just looking at some drop odds currently for low-level stuff some people were looking at. Deciding where to go. Nagel. Man, if you ever need to get a bunch of Nagel rings. Normal difficulty in Dario. Good old Lenimos. What a goated item right there. Yeah. So I guess the most versatile all around is probably normal difficulty Andy, yeah. Thank you for the raid, Futuril, and welcome in Raiders! We're just trying to get some of these Thunder Charms before they get nerfed for next season, so before the drops get nerfed before next season here on offline single player. Trying to get one of each, really, hopefully. At least one of each. I think I asked this the other day, but I actually don't remember now. If you get, like, the glowing footsteps or the portal during the season, do you have to get it again next season to get the glowing footsteps again? Or once you get it on your account, and you do have it all the time on your account no matter what? I forget if anybody knows the answer to this. It's account-wide, yeah. So part of the problem is online too, is that like, and I had this happen before, where you hop into a game online and you party up with the people or whatever, and you don't even find the item, but all of a sudden it's like, this was added to the Chronicle. And you're like, I just got into the game, I didn't even do anything yet. So I feel like a lot of people knock their Chronicles out that way right off the bat. Which is kind of sketch, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah. Claw Viper Temple level 5 Herald. Ooh. Yeah, sometimes you can get some bad Heralds, right? Someone ID'd in the game. Yeah. This is true. Yeah, because I think I literally hopped into a game. I don't remember what item it was, but there was a pretty rare item. I jumped into the game and I walked over to a car to sell some stuff or something real quick before I went and did anything. I literally got in the game, whoop, ran over to a car, and like 2 seconds later, it's like, you found like D-Web off the Chronicle. I was like, I just joined the game. Okay. Tommy 2P, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Ooh, appreciate you. Oh, Sunder Charms, drop like candy from Mandario. Don't tell me it takes 700 runs to get one, everybody. Just got another one now. Just got another one. That's funny, it took me so long to get the first, and then I get a bunch more now. Like, that's what, 3 of them in maybe like 50 runs now? I mean, if people get that kind of luck right off the bat, I could see how they say that they drop way too often. And then me doing like 500 or 700 runs and not getting any, and then, yeah. So what are we getting here? We're going to want to fire, but whatever we get, we get. Oh, a physical. Hey, at least I've gotten one of each. Every Sunder Charm so far has been different. At least there is that. At least there's that. What the players count? Just on players 3. It doesn't change a crazy much when you go up from here on offline single player, so appreciate you, Tommy. Very kind of you. Can somebody, once again, can somebody look this up? What I need to make this mo better? To upgrade it to renewed? I don't remember at the top of my head. Yeah, game's easy, Smulps. This is true. Apparently Andy's how to farm them. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe everybody was right there. Because if this is more the experience that a lot of people are getting, this does seem too easy, for sure. Perfect amethyst pull and a north. Gotcha. A pull, a north, and a perfect amethyst. Good thing I got a couple of those left. Boom. Okay. 81% enhanced damage. Gold find again. Ah. Why do I always get gold find? I feel like the 10% oh no, that's always the same. Never mind. So mana on a melee one. They've all rolled so bad. It's crazy. I think this is bad anyways. Let me know if you disagree, but I think it's bad. A bad roll. I'm not throwing it out. Yes, this is true. Not throwing it out, but still. At some point, I'm going to start throwing them out when they roll bad. That's for sure. Yeah, so far I got physical, poison, magic. That's like the ones you don't want. It's actually okay. You think so? Gold find is worthless to me. Mana, see, it can roll life or mana, right? Mana is worthless, essentially. Not literally, but... I mean, I guess you could throw this on a singer, break their physical immune. Then you got mana to keep your singer mana up, I guess. The enhanced damage. I don't know if you'd really want enhanced damage or minus res on it, right? Or whatever, but... Gold fine barb, gross. Those are all the rarest ones to get from heralds. I guess if you look at it that way, this is true. Okay. All right, is what it is. We'll keep going though. 11:30. We got more time. Is it still better on P1 Andy? Is what better there, Weaver? Still better to get P1 Sunders on P1 from Andy? I don't think so. I think players 3 is the best, but to fully answer that question, you have to calculate in your clear speed as well. But I think the best rule of thumb, or whatever you want to call it, the best overall generalized rule, is that players 3 is probably going to be the best for everybody, mostly. Future, hello, Future Real. Thank you for the raid once again. Yo. 300. I'm guessing that's meth runs in. Nothing crazy yet. Well, got to keep plugging away there, Frank. Best of luck. Internet crashed just as I raided you. Oh, okay. It did go through. It said 35 raid and everything, so. Yeah. Appreciate you also. That's weird that it crashed right when you raided. Yeah, 300 runs isn't for Mephisto. It's not like nothing. You'd think you'd get. It depends what your definition of good is, too. You probably should have got, like, Mage Fists and, like, I don't know. One other okay good thing in that time. Maybe get lucky with something better, like a Shaco or something, but never know. Make a Zealer with that fizzy Sunday. Ooh, hard pass. Not a Zealer fan. Weaver said off of Heralds, you think they stink? You've probably done like 60 hours and you've only got one. Yeah, up until today, I had been farming Andy like kind of a lot. And hadn't gotten a single one off of Vandaro. I'd only gotten them off of Heralds. But then all of a sudden, I've gotten 3 of them in the last 45 minutes, maybe? Yeah, literally. It was, probably in the last, like, 50 minutes, I've gotten 3 of them now off of Andy. After going the first hour and 45-ish minutes of the stream without getting one of doing Andy. And then doing, like, dozens of hours of runs between different characters over the last like few weeks. Yeah. Blouse, I don't care. Hunting for Tal Rasha's amulet for the set bonus, but cannot get it. Future Real says he thinks it's probably like 1 in 1,500 runs. Could be. I don't know that one off the top of my head. Specifically, if you want, see, the set amulet. I don't really know the best possible there for that particular one. It's way more rare than it really you would think it would be, because you can find it early on, sort of, but it's much more rare than you'd think it would be. I found quite a few off of Nightmare Andy before. I think you can find it as early as, like, I've seen people get it in Nightmare, or in normal difficulty cows, I believe. So, yeah. Yeah, Weaver saying the tier 5 heralds are super hard too. They can be, yeah. Yeah, for most people that's not viable strat. Especially if you have, your gear is low enough that you don't have a Sunder Charm. For everything except for like Hammerden and like Warlock, the 2 magic builds. Bane Hex Purge, I mean, and Hex Purge and whatever the other magic damage one, Abyss. It's essentially not viable to farm heralds with anything but those. Essentially. Big List says you can even get the Tal's Amulet from normal Bale. I kind of thought that to be the case, because I think like pretty much anything that can drop in normal cows can drop technically from Bale in normal, probably, but Levendil. Anyone tried? Oh boy, now I'm about to get real confused. Levendil and Levelita both at the same time. Jeez, about to get real confused. I have not. It's probably a toughie, but get the right setup, I'm sure you can do it. Someone must have asked if the Sunder Charms work on Bind Demons. So yes, Sunder Charms should work with essentially everything. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what it wouldn't work with. I think Sunder Charms work with everything, but different summons and stuff doesn't get the minus res bonuses and stuff. So it's not going to do a lot of damage, well, unless it does a bleep ton of damage, and then 5% of that damage is going to be a lot. But ooh, Future Real grabbed the drop odds calc and said 500 MF. It's 1 in 4,200 runs from F. That's a toughie. Weekend after today, I'm gonna run Chaos until I get Enigma. Best of luck on that. Runes can be real fluky, so hopefully you get a good fluke, huh? And Darl or Mephisto better to farm as a Blizz Sorceress? Early on. I would honestly say don't choose. Do both. Another one of these guys. I think I might keep a set of these around just to see. I gotta double check what these roll as. Let me look here. Dreadfang. Oh, I guess I can look in here. I forget. Dreadfang on a Schward. I guess I should just go like this. 33 to 66. Oh, it's one of those items. One of those items. Whoops, I forgot I did that. But yeah, Andariel is pretty easy, and Mephisto you can moat trick, of course. So yeah, I'd kind of recommend both, I guess. But Future Real talking about the Tal's Amulet. Nightmare Andariel the best, but very close to hell. Gotcha. Yeah, I know that, and results will vary with RNG. When I ran Nightmare Andy to get an SOJ, it took me like 1,478 runs or something like that to get one SOJ. Not the greatest luck, but in that same time, I got 5 Tal's Amulets. So I think I actually got above luck on the Tal's Amulets and under luck on the SOJ. Oh yeah, if it's around 1 in 1,700, then yes, I got very lucky on the Tal's Amulets. I got 5 Tal's Amulets before an SOJ. Not llama luck bad on the SOJ, but bad. Not Llama's SOJ luck. That's oof. Zog said a full TZ group games made you start doing Mosaic. Oh boy. Yeah, Mosaic made playing games with other people like miserable. Because there would be like 4 Mosaic assassins in your game, and I'd be a Nova Sorceress that's fully decked out, Self-Infinity, 105 breakpoint, and I literally could not keep up with the Mosaic assassins. I would be able to teleport along with them at the same speed, but they could literally nuke every monster in the level before my cast animation could send out the Nova. I was like, my gosh, this is ridiculous. So besides being blinded by it, I was like, yeah, I just gotta ban Mosaic assassins. Quit runs going back to work. Are throw barbs any good at or for anything, or just while leveling? So throw barbs can be kind of good, Captain Cooper endgame, yeah. You kind of need certain pieces of gear though. But if you get them, they can be pretty good. You do have to aim, and then it's not as, you know, because they fly through the air at a certain speed, you know, so they're like little things about it that are a little bit sketchy, but it can be good. Okay. You don't usually farm Andy here to get runes, but is this the most Giga Chad rune? Not quite the most Giga Chad, but we ain't mad about a pull rune. We ain't mad about a pull rune. Yeah. I would say recommend. I got a throw bar build guide video I put out quite a while ago, but still works just the same. Still works just the same. Lance, maybe we'll check that just in case. I wish you could look at these. I wish everything didn't say eligible for Chronicle all the time on single player. The amount of time and scrolls of identify that would save is astronomical. It'd be better for the environment. Imagine all the pieces of paper that these scrolls are written on that we were wasting to identify everything. It's unbelievable. Everything below or above. I didn't get that at first, Levendil. I had to double read that. Everything below and above Lem is trash. I did not get that at first. That's funny. I need to get some mouths and ums in here. What's going on? That's a bug in single player? Yeah, it's a bug in single player, yeah. For some reason. It was probably like that online too, but they quite often can change things online by doing something server side. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm not a program wizard. I don't know, but they can do some change server side to change things. Sometimes they do that super quick and then they just go, who cares about single player? We fixed online. And I think that might have been what happened here. Have I tried D4? Hello, laying of hands. So I haven't played D4 in a very long time. But yeah, you know, like, remember that unlimited gold glitch? How you could buy and sell things that had like the grinding mod on it or whatever, or like some other stuff on it too or whatever. You could buy it for like 1,300 and then sell it from here in the old graphics for a certain amount, and it'd be like way more than what you bought it for. That thing still actually works on offline. They never fix it for offline. So now we don't have old graphics. I forget the button even. I don't even know what I have the button set as, but so the old graphics don't work in Reign of the Warlock, but if you're in regular D2R, you can still do that on offline single player. They fixed it with some server side fix. But yeah. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think they did the same thing with that. I think it was a bug in the game in general, and they fixed it server side somehow. Instead of like by sending a patch over to the game to fix it. Because They said this on one of the, when they used to do the Q&As, why they wouldn't fix stuff super quick or why this or that or whatever. So I don't know if if people would think about this or knew this, but when they do changes to the game, the reason they do PTRs and stuff like that on PC and they don't do it on console, to get a patch sent to the console to fix and change the game, it's like a multi-month process that you have to get things fixed and changed how it is, send it over to Sony or send it over to Microsoft to get it approved for Xbox, get it approved for PlayStation, get it approved for the Nintendo Switch, get it, you have to get it individually approved by all those things, and it takes months. They have to review it and this and that. And then if they want to change another little thing that's a glitch that they find out after they released a patch, it'll take months. So they just do this quick server-side fix if it's something they want to change that's really important to change real quick. But yeah. And then sometimes they fix it server-side and they just go, we don't care about that. We just won't worry about putting it in the next patch. We just won't worry about it. They do stuff like that all the time. Because you'd think if they fixed it server-side, they would just stick it in the next patch for the next season when it comes out, right? But they don't do that. A lot of times. They just don't do it. Yeah, they need permission if it's not their servers. Yeah, exactly. They need permission, and from what they say, I mean, I don't know why, it sounds believable. It takes forever for the console makers to approve the stuff. Like, it's not like a 2-day, like, it's not a 1-week thing or a 3-day thing. It's like months. I don't shift control click your runes and gems from the cube, send them to your slots. I'm back and forth, Figlet, to be honest. It depends how much there is. If there's just one rune, I just grab it and drag it. It's literally faster and easier to do than it is to go over here and double hold down 2 buttons to fast send it. It's easier just to drag it like this. But if I have like 5 gems, a statue, and like 3 runes, then I do it and go boop, 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 and send them all. So just whichever's easier at the time. Zero says he thinks they have to pay for each patch as well. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. They have to pay out of pocket for their approval process per patch. I would not be shocked. Pretty sure I got all of these. Ethereal. What is it? Is this one that Toad? Toad de Flow or something? Oh, Ripsaw. Never mind. Whoops. Disregard anything I just said there. I think I got all these, but I'll just identify them, I guess. Terrestrial. Any great drops yet? We've been getting some Sunder Charms, so that's a thing. Brendan says, I refuse to farm another Mephisto? Oh, you must mean Hephasto. Yeah, I was never big on going and getting the perfect Bind Demon anyways, either. I would just get a random Bind Demon, and then they were essentially invincible anyways. Even like in this new season, they're still essentially invincible. You just put a few points here and there the way you kind of need to. Not literally, but essentially, and then yeah. Acidic saying, talking about the cell bug, gold is unconsequential in single player. Kind of, yeah. Kind of, yeah. It's double extrally a moot point, I guess would be the word. Since you can't change the old graphics anyways, and you have to change, I'm pretty sure you have to change the old graphics to do it anyways, right? But anyways, yeah. Yeah, Zog, I do have that happen sometimes, and it's not even, I know someone said the mouse wheel, but like, I'm rolling my mouse wheel, it doesn't. Let me see, because this one's not set to a hotkey. I've had that happen too, and I don't always know why. I think if you happens a lot on the Warlock. I can't get it to happen now, and it hasn't happened since I've been playing the Sorceress, but I do as well. It only happens when it happens a ton when I play the Warlock, but not, yeah. Yeah, it'll just randomly change, and yeah. I feel like when I'm casting a lot of different skills really quickly is when it happens. Why no pits? Because I don't want to. Hover over an NPC and click it can. Whoops, those aren't the right buttons. Apparently not your merc. I mean, like in town. Yeah, I don't know. It happens all the time when I'm out farming and stuff, but I don't know. I'm getting hungry. Almost lunchtime here. How are you going back to Blizzard without a hotkey? It's Blizzard. I just have inherently, like I just clicked here and I went like this, so it's right here. And I'm using quick cast, so I just hit like, you know, teleport, and it just automatically goes back to Blizzard. I'm holding down F2 right here, and I'm not holding a mouse button. Like, I'm just holding down F2, and it casts a spell, you know, because I'm using quick cast. But then I click the right mouse button to cast Blizzard, and then I can F1 to cast this one. Yeah, quick cast is one of them ones that I tried to switch to it one time. I used it for a couple of days, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot do it. And I went back to doing the regular cast, and then like 2 months or 3 months later, I went and tried it again, and then I finally got used to it, and then now I can't even go play LOD anymore because I tried going doing one of the ladder resets for LOD, and I could not do it. I could not get the controls back. It was crazy. You know who's over the age of 30 because they use F keybinds? I also tried switching to the other keybinds the way I see people do it, and I was like, how the bleep can you possibly play like this? I could not do it. I couldn't. That I could never do. Switching down to like the letters, because then all those letters do things usually. You know? All those letters do things. Like, how could you? I don't know. I don't get it. How much MF? It's like 450. I'm on players 3. Yeah, I don't know. I just got all these different plus skills up here. I have a few skillers now. I got 3 skillers. I got a Sunday. Not that the Sunder does a ton, but I think it's got plus damage on it. Find it easier to play? Yeah, I mean, I guess if you could get used to it, it probably would be. Lucky for me, I'm like, I'm not a little guy. So my hand can like reach up over the keyboard, no problem. But I bet a lot of people struggle to hover their hand up to the F keys. But I don't really have too much of a problem the way I have it set up. So it would be easier on the wrist and stuff if I put it on the lower keys, but I just could not get used to it. Maybe I should just force myself, because then I could rest my wrist better on like a wrist rest on the table or something, but oops. But I just couldn't do it. Hey, I got to quick cast. I got there. And like I said, I've been playing, you know, I'm a full-time YouTuber for D2, and it doesn't give me any problems, so I've been full-time for like 6 years now. So if it's, I don't know, is it going to start giving me a problem all of a sudden? I don't know. I think I'll be fine. Song's a banger. A lot of these songs are bangers. Ooh. Oh, easier to go up to 1 to 4 than down to it. Okay, I got what you're saying now. I didn't understand what you were saying. So to go up to the potions. Yeah, it is easier. That is true. But changing to using the other keys inside the keyboard is just like a non-starter for me. Because I don't know, +2, so I don't have to look down at the keys. Like, when I tried switching down, I would have to constantly look down to see where my hand was at on the keyboard, because I would lose track when I would move my fingers around to hit other things, and then I would start hitting like the wrong keys all the time. Like, sure, I guess the F key has the little line on it that you can feel, but like, boy, I don't know how you do it. How do you set quick cast to work? I'm assuming there's something in options and under controls or gameplay. Oh yeah, it's right here. No, don't like that one. This is why people say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I mean, I guess. Hey, I learned quick cast. Come on. I learned quick cast. So, how many new tricks you want me to learn? Some people talking about controller. Yeah, I couldn't imagine playing D2 on a controller either. Frank saying he's used to the letters down there from first-person shooter playing. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't done a first-person shooter on a PC since, well, before Halo and Call of Duty and stuff, so. Zero, welcome in. Yo, 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 yo. Let's see, Brendan says agrees, 39 years old, and I can't handle using anything else but the F keys. Well, that's because you're a Giga Chad. True Chads use the F keys, that's for sure. It is known. It is known. Oh, Ethereal. Do it. Do it. About half of what you need it to be. If the increased attack speed and the enhanced damage was doubled, we'd have a different story on our hands. Richard says people don't want to learn new things because it's harder. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan if it ain't broke, don't fix it, personally. So that's where I'm at. Wicked Ball, welcome in. I think I found all those. Maybe. Games after D2 started using... Well, every game after D2 started doing it wrong, I guess. Don't know. Or everyone who plays these other games, I feel bad for them. Not being able to play the game right. Good for a level 42 throwing weapon? Yeah, well. Oh, well. We'll be alright. Yeah, I get you, Marty. I've never experienced the wrong way of doing things after D2. I'm just playing. Yeah, it is true. It is true. Obviously, if I was forced to get used to it from some other game, I would have, but... Yeah, I pretty much did Diablo 2 on PC, and then any games after that I played, I pretty much jumped to consoles. After that, it was, you know, PS1, PS2, Xbox, you know. Yeah. Yeah, why don't they just let you use keyboard on console? That's the main thing they should do. Dota. What does Dota stand for again? I always forget. I always see people say Dota, but it stands for something. Something of the ancients, right? I don't think I've ever actually seen that game played before. Defense of the Ancients. I've never played it. Honestly, the name of that sounds like a cheapo lame cell phone game. Like tower defense. So, you know, like, it's probably not. I'm sure it's not, but what does WC3 stand for, guys? You can't just say things and then not say what they are over and over again. Warcraft. Gotcha. Warcraft was absolutely dog crap game, by the way. Just absolutely dog crap. No, Warcraft was fairly okay. But like I said, I don't like playing competitive for a very long time, so. I mean, the single player Warcraft was okay, I guess. The offline single player. Yeah, I'm not really much of a gamer. I was way too busy going out partying, picking up chicks, playing sports, being a Chad, you know? Play all these video games. Sorry, guys. Spoiling the facade. Not really a huge gamer guy. Just played Diablo 2. Thought it was awesome. Elrune, let's go. What is this again? Oh yeah. Failed a Casanova. Oh. Emos. I wasn't really an emo. And actually, yeah. This is true though. Ladies love that hair. Woke up from a nap? So in the time I was streaming, you had a good old nap, huh? Congratulations. Another statue. I'm gotta be getting close to 99 over here. Music playlist rules. Appreciate you. Yeah, you can't really link things. I should really get the playlists into my bot commands, to be perfectly honest. I should get around to that. I got them linked in the YouTube description. I have this one linked in the YouTube description. If I change my playlist, I change the link in YouTube, but I keep not setting it up. I should just set up a link and be like, you know, these are the different playlists I use, and someone could just ask like, hey, which playlist is this? I could be like, oh, this is playlist 2, you know, or something. I should really do that. Yeah, how about I just I'll just put one in the Twitch chat for you. Wait, didn't I just copy paste it? How do you work this thing? What is technology? What is technology? Sarcasm should be banned for the internet? What? That's crazy. It's true. Why am I not playing ladder? Because I don't want to. Why are you playing seasonal ladder? you don't use auto respec and just use tokens, you'll always like the stream. I haven't respec today, so there you go. Gotta like the stream. What's the advantage of ladder? I mean, it's just if you want to play with other people and be able to trade. That's pretty much the only two things. Everything else is better on offline single player. But it is cool to play with other people. The fresh start thing is cool, yeah. Starting at the same time as everybody else and everyone leveling up their gear, yeah. Oop, wasn't watching where I was teleporting. New rune words. I mean, all the new everything that comes to online, everything that's ladder only is also on offline single player actually. So yeah, I can make all that stuff on single player. I like this song. I just like the, you know. I like a lot of these. This new playlist I got, I feel like the quality is better than the last one I had even though the last one is kind of cool, but like these ones sound a lot more like real songs that just don't have any lyrics over them. Another swirling crystal, come on. Not good enough. Whereas the other playlist I had, it almost sounded like somebody made generic backing tracks for people to listen to, you know what I mean? Like it sounded like exactly what it was. And what the guy did, it was set up like real songs, but he made like a 42-second clip at the start, and he copied and pasted it here, and then he made an interlude, and then copy and pasted this, like a breakdown part here, and copy and pasted this part over here. But these songs don't sound quite exactly like that. It sounds more like a real song. Okay, insane for the charms? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, and single player is definitely cool. Yeah, this is all stuff that's cool to listen to on stream without getting in trouble, yeah. It's not stuff that I like paid for, no. Jimmy, what's going on? Give me 1 second. Okay, I was looking at something real quick. Awkwardly staring. Yeah, not sure why you put that comment there, Brendan. Don't get it. Richard says this sounds like Sweet Phil background music. That it does. Bradley says offline is better because you don't need to worry about your internet. Hardcore, I hear that's a real thing, huh? Hardcore enjoyers tell me that. Good old Bartuk's Cutthroat. Low enhanced damage roll. Not that it matters too much. Playing online hardcore will induce stress hair loss. I believe that is accurate for sure. So looking at the time, I'm going to go ahead and hop out. Go get some lunch. I don't recognize anybody who's streaming right now, Diablo 2, so I was gonna raid somebody, but I don't really see nobody going on here, so I guess I won't. Some of my people I follow for GeoGuessr are on streaming, but that's not gonna work out. Streaming later. I am not, so this is gonna be it for today. Me and the fam are going to a baseball game later, so that's why I'm streaming earlier today, because I'm not gonna be streaming later for Printer Friday. So I'll probably be on maybe this weekend sometime. Hopefully y'all have a wonderful weekend. And yeah, with that being said, peace out and keep Slayin'. Boom.